George. Springs High basketball broadcast. Fine production on Family Radio, 81.9 FM Rouge. On the JohnFineProduction.com and YouTube. Please subscribe at DS Jacket with Jacket's color commentator, Mitch Covington. Producer, John Fine. Here now is your Yellow Jackets play announcer, John Ward.
Good evening and And welcome to Yellow Jackets basketball. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Prairieville Hurricanes here from the Jacket Gym. Friday night District 5-5A contest. Great to have you along with us for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up brought to you by Sporting Center. They are proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. You know they're located right there at 205 South Orange Avenue in Denham Springs. So go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants. James, we love James. He's the best. At Sporting Center again, that is 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. All right, a lot of commotion continues to be going on here around campus as tomorrow the boys soccer team will be in the semifinal action right here on the campus of Denham Springs from Yellow Jacket Stadium as they will take on Catholic High with a trip to the finals, which is in Hammond next weekend. So for all of you who are soccer fans or just want to come out and support the team, I know they would certainly like it. Again, that is a noon kick tomorrow from Yellow Jacket Stadium, so come around and check it out and support these Yellow Jackets as they try to get to the finals, I believe for the first time ever. Of course, Lady Jackets will be in action. They are in Prairieville tonight as they are over at the Lady Hurricanes taking on that one, and that will wrap up their regular season for the Lady Jackets. Coming up next, it will be playoff action for Denham Springs Lady Jackets, and that will be next Thursday. That will be a home game. Time, place, opponent, all that to be determined, so stay tuned. We'll try to keep you up to date with that as we know. We'll also try to keep you up to date with the score tonight over there from Prairieville High School. We will hear from our good friend and always a pleasure to have Mr. Johnny Lombardi. He'll be alongside John Fine in just a bit, and then we'll get you ready for tip-off here. I'll have Coach Tony Sterling come in and break down the X's and O's of this one as we get you set for this District 5-5A contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville. Stay with us when we return. Everything I missed there, my good friend Mitch Covington will remind me when we get back after this quick timeout on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Big Mike's Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 30 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the game. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar Grill, 123 Astor Square in Denham, or delivered through Waiter or Grubhub. Local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years in Sporting Center. Sporting Center, all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center has in-house monogramming, screening, and laser engraving, and handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Bank Plus makes it easy to bank. With extended drive hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're when you need us. Lost debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. You bank, your plus. More at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Count on it. It's Accounting Services. With a staff of decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Ms. Morris and a terrific staff, with Accounting Services can handle all accounting needs: personal tax, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business tax, bookkeeping. And when their quality is done, you can count on Randy Smith to tell us about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 27 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville here from the Jacket Gym. Yet again, Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. And, you know, Mitch, a little side note here, just looking at, talking about how you have to change this, and you think about it being a senior on this Yellow Jackets team and you're having to play in the Jacket Gym, you know, and this is a PE gym, okay? Where the Denham boys are having to get dressed is a PE locker room that is used for PE day in and day out. It is what you would expect out of a high school locker room, opposed to what they're used to with their own sweet confines back at the Hornsby Gym, where they have their sit-in lockers with all their personal belongings in it and all that. So it's quite a change, but, you know, I've been really impressed. You've heard no complaints, you've heard no grumbling. It's just we're going to get out there and keep playing. They're having such a great season. Not looking for anything to take away from that, but I just thought earlier walking through that a minute ago, I'm like, man, this has got to be a heck of a way to be finishing out your regular season.
Just a little blast from the past. I can say current amenities for the players. It doesn't matter if it's football or baseball or basketball, but the high school athletes in 2025 definitely get treated much better
Way
than the
better,
athletes from the 1970s and 1980s and through the early 1990s when you think of basketball here in this gym. But you're right, it's just a PE locker room there, a couple benches laid out, and then you got a whole bunch of row of lockers where people stick their PE uniforms, and that's it. Whereas in your normal locker room, you've got big spacious lockers you can sit in, you can get dressed, it's comfortable, there's nice couches in there, there's plenty of room for coach to draw on the whiteboard and let everybody know where it's gonna the plans for the day are. And so you're right, have to adjust with that, a little bit old school. Maybe get out of the old, small, little portable whiteboard. So the coach might have to adjust with that.
They definitely rolled that in from somewhere. I don't know where. They found it in a closet back there somewhere. But obviously, everyone and the Lady Jackets are in the same boat as that, having to readjust there. So talking with Coach Cab last week, trying to figure out what they would do playoff-wise, even for Coach Rudy Smith, what they would do playoff-wise, with it being here at the Jacket Gym. Coach Cab said, I think we're going to have to figure out something else if the other gym isn't ready. They're talking 3 weeks there. That doesn't bode very well for the Lady Jackets. Obviously, the issues that they had at the Hornsby Gym was more severe than they initially thought. They thought they would be able to patch it up a little bit. They're not going to be able to do that, so it's a 3 week, if not more.
You start ripping up floor when you know a little spot's wet, and the next thing you know, there's wet and damp areas everywhere.
So a whole new floor is basically going to have to go in to the Hornsby Gym. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that as we learn it as well. And each week, I think both Coach Rudy Smith with the Lady Jackets and Coach Cab with the boys learn a little bit more about what they're going to have to do going forward. So we're always trying to figure that out with them as well. But I just want to say for both Lady Jackets and the men's team, having to adjust like that this season, neither one of them made any excuses. They have just kept going forward with the best they can.
No excuses needed because we've won both games here so far and looking to go 3-0 in games in the Jacket Gym at the moment. So,
all right, Mitch, I had mentioned there in the open about the boys soccer game tomorrow. A lot of excitement around that. Semifinals.
A home semifinal game
against Catholic, who is a powerhouse when it comes to it. You look at the other side of the bracket with who Denham would meet up with. That'll be next Saturday, February 22nd.
If I'm not mistaken, we did beat them 2-1 earlier in the year.
It was a close one, yes. It was a close one, and on the other side of that, in the semifinals is St. Paul's and Jesuit, two other powerhouses in the terms of soccer. I believe Denham has beat St. Paul's earlier in the season as well. I couldn't recall the Jesuit off the top of my head. Sorry about that. That's a little unpreparedness on my part. But nonetheless, to be at this point at home in the semifinals with a chance to go to Strawberry Stadium to play for the championship next Saturday, just tremendous. Again, number 1 seed in the playoffs, undefeated regular season. They had 1 tie. I mean, there's so much excitement around this team, and I hope that stadium is packed tomorrow when they take on Catholic.
And I think it will be. And you mentioned the excitement, and I've heard from teachers from other schools and all that have commented. We got Johnny coming on here, the DSTV, and you can watch their highlights on YouTube, and they show a good shot of the crowd, and they'll show good after the goal scored, and you can see how big the crowd is. You can see the students are at games, and like I said, teachers from other schools have commented, the students at Denham Springs High School really do support all the sports. They support all the athletes at different places and each other, one another. Boys sports, girls sports. There's going to be students there, cheering for them and getting them through. And like the comment was made, how impressed they were for the soccer crowd in the quarterfinal matchup, and how many students were actually there. And so expect to see more of that tomorrow noon in Yellow Jacket Stadium. And it's just a thing that I know when I was teaching here at Denham Springs High School, students really got behind all the teams, and there was a lot of great community within the school, pulling from one another, and it's good to see that still going on.
It is, and you think, you talk about the student section, they're always coming up here, and they're showing up and showing out all the time. It's exciting. As you mentioned, and I think it's a very good point that you made, they come out for all the sports. It's not just one sport or the other. The student section on a Friday night at Yellow Jacket Stadium is great. What's even more impressive is how they travel with the team. They will go wherever the heck we go. And shoot, I remember up in West Washita, they had a nice student section up there for that one, too, for the football team. So
they just wanted to get out of school. Maybe they can leave school at noon. It's a good excuse to get out, right?
And if it's for a good cause, we're all for it. I mean, we had a week off for the snowstorm. What's one day for a football team?
That's right.
All right, so very excited about that. Obviously, mentioned Lady Jackets over at Prairieville, finishing up their regular season, so they're at number 8 in the power rating still. They're probably going to stay right around there.
They dropped to number 9, actually, just by a small fraction. I believe by looking at it, I think it was Slidell that was number 8. We're playing Prairieville with the girls, and Prairieville has a a pretty good year with the girls basketball team. I think they had 18 wins maybe. They're like, in fact, that might be a first-round matchup for us. We're right at that spot. We're about 8 or 9. They're right around the 22, 23 range. So it depends on what happens. But beating them, I think, would bump us up a little bit, because Slidell, I looked at who their opponent was, probably would drop them behind us. Their opponent doesn't have very many wins on the year. So that might be crucial if you get to a second-round matchup, 8 versus 9 game, that we get to host that. We'd like Slidell to have to come to us if that's how it plays out.
Yeah, isn't there some history with Slidell with the Lady Jackets?
Heck, we played them.
It seems every year,
I think this might be the 3rd year in a row. If I'm not mistaken, it might be the 3rd year in a row we would meet Slidell in the playoffs in the girls' basketball bracket. Like I said, there's still one game left for both teams. We'll see how that plays out, but it's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll keep you up to date again. We will be getting scores from Prairieville throughout the night to see how the Lady Jacks are doing there, in hopes that they're able to finish off their regular season the right way and then see where they fall in the playoffs. Again, it'll be next Thursday. We don't know the time. We don't know the place. We could be the Jacket Gym, could be elsewhere. We don't know the opponent. All that stuff is going to come out after all these games are finally here tonight, so we'll know fairly certain. We'll try to.
We know the city, though. The city, it's going to be in Denham Springs.
It's going to be in Denham Springs. That is absolutely correct.
You know what? I guess I can't speak ahead. We might end up going to Live Oak or Walker to play. No, I didn't. So my mistake. We don't know that yet.
I was going to say, if you know something, now's the time to say it, buddy. So excited about that. Obviously, baseball and softball we kind of hit on last week, getting going as well with that. Softball Thursday and Saturday, I believe, are doing their scrimmage jamboree type kickoff stuff. I think it's jamboree they technically call that, but baseball.
They've started the regular season. Baseball.
Yeah,
baseball sure has.
Baseball was 3-2 over Doyle. That was
not
last
sure about
week
the softball, but
yeah. All right, so Mitch, we've got 2 more games for the boys. We've got this one here tonight. They'll be on the road Tuesday. And then Friday, they'll be back here to finish their regular season. We get Sandoval. Of course, we'll have that game with you as well. Of course, we always come to you live on Family Radio 91.9 FM and on the web at johnfineproductions.com and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. As always, we ask that you get that subscribe button to hit right there. Certainly helps us out, and it'll certainly keep you up to date with everything that we learn here. So as we kind of learn what's going to happen with the Lady Jacks playoff-wise, we'll do a little posting there to kind of let you know, of course, with everyone with the fingertips, it's easy to get the information, but we'll try to keep you up to date as well. Okay, we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it is going to be John Fine and Mr. Johnny Lombardi, our favorite, one of our best guests here on our broadcast here with at DS Jacket Vision and Mr. Johnny Lombardi. So stay with us. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, it will be John Fine and Johnny Lombardi. We're back after this, and it's the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
For your Angel.
Auto accidents.
For your A-Bear and Angel.
Workers' compensation.
For your A-Bear and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs. Don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyd, Dominic Amato, Lucas Shank, and Allison Costanza, of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at A-Bear and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional and productive. Small town values, big city. Boyer, A-Bear and Angel.
Hey, it's Max from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. Appreciate all the support from your community in our first in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's new or used, car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet will earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it never happen. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Like it was never there. Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist. Expertly handles tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup for our emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro is the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Josh Howard and Megan Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Denham Springs and Prairieville boys basketball tip-off to come your way at or about 30 minutes from now. It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. My name is John Fine, producer of Yellow Jackets broadcast. And with us right now is Johnny Lombardi, the director of DSTV. Johnny, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. You give us all access to you whenever we ask.
That's right. It seems like a theme here with all access.
Talk about what the All Access program is, how you did the girls last year, now you're doing the boys, and discuss what that's all about, please.
So All Access is a documentary series. So last year I had the idea, I guess this would have been 2 springs ago, what about like a Hard Knocks type documentary? For those at home who don't know what Hard Knocks is, it's the HBO series with the NFL where they go super in-depth behind the scenes with one team through summer camp and through their season. So I thought, how can we take that idea and boil that into Denham Springs and DSTV and what we do with our students and our video production? So last year we chose the girls basketball program. Coach Smith and I sat down and made that decision. And obviously they had a tremendous season going all the way to the state championship, and our documentary series was a huge success and a huge hit. Tons of views, so well received. It was a lot of fun. Executive producer Rebecca David did a tremendous job leading that. We had 14 different DSTV students play a role in that production of that show. And then so going into this year, we made the decision that with the talent coming back, the boys basketball team was going to be the program that we covered this year. And so far, we've had 7 episodes so far. Obviously, the boys are having a tremendous season, ranked number 3 right now, with executive producer Cooper Creel, who's a senior here at Denham Springs. He's been the one leading our production. And again, tons of students working hands-on, shooting highlights of the games, helping out with the interviews. It's been another tremendous success and kind of building that all-access brand for us here in Denham Springs.
How's it different doing the girls as opposed to doing the boys?
It's very different. Obviously, you have much different personalities between girls and boys, and so I feel like during the girls documentary there were a lot more kind of lighter, fun, for lack of a better term, girly type moments throughout that show. And with the guys, they're a little more serious, a little more quiet. Kind of takes maybe a little bit more in the interviews to kind of get information out of them. But different isn't bad. It's just it shows the difference between the girls and the boys, and the boys team this year have done a tremendous job with the pressure of all access. They've done fantastic of just playing through it, and obviously we have a lot left to go here in the season, and excited to see how they finish down the stretch.
I'm going to ask our computer guy Darren Ferrante what exactly girly moments is. You don't need to explain that to me. All right, so what is your role? You guide the kids, obviously, but do you start out with more hands-on and then the kids learn as they go through, or how does that work?
Yeah, so it's a little bit more, the way you explain it is probably right. At the beginning, it's a little more hands-on, kind of teaching, showing them kind of those fundamentals and those basics, whether that be in video shooting, photography, graphic design, whatever that might be. But then obviously the goal is the students kind of go through the program, and even with something like All Access, I have 2 guys covering the game today by themselves. I have to go over to the variety show in the cafeteria. So 2 students are going to, shoot video of this game by themselves because they've developed at this point to where that's no big deal. They know, what shots to get. They know where to position themselves on the floor. They know what to do at halftime. They know what to do at timeouts, going to the bench and getting a video of Coach Cab, coaching on the bench. And so, that doesn't happen overnight. That takes teaching, that takes development. And so as the kids get more experienced shooting video of games, they're able to do it on their own. And I can kind of, that's what I love to be able to kind of step back and let them really take the reins more as students. But Cooper has done a tremendous job as executive producer. He's been completely hands-on himself, editing all the episodes and kind of leading the direction of the show in terms of how it's edited together in post. I've kind of been more in that advisory role of kind of from 1,000 feet looking down, okay, this episode, this game, and kind of moving through it like that. So it's been tremendous.
Any early clue as to who All Access will cover next season, next year?
I cannot divulge that information. Okay. No, it's really not a huge secret yet. Once basketball season ends, we'll sit down and kind of take a look at the programs and kind of go through the pros and cons of each one and see where the best story is, and we'll make that decision sometime in the spring.
Okay, Johnny, since you're all over Denham Springs on campus, there has to be a lot of excitement about the boys soccer program.
Absolutely. It's been an incredible year for that program. It's something that they've been building for years to get to this point, to be #1 in the state, to be unbeaten, to be in the position that they're in with a semifinal game at home against Catholic High tomorrow, with a chance to go to the state final for the first time in school history. It would just be a tremendous thing for this whole community to get to that point, for all the fans to come out to Hammond next weekend. But, first things first is tomorrow against Catholic. Really encourage all the fans to come out at a noon kickoff. Should be decent weather tomorrow before the storms roll in later in the afternoon. But it's just been tremendous to watch those guys, how hard they've worked, the success they've had, and it really is a culmination of years of building the Denham Springs boys soccer program.
And tomorrow, 12 noon, as you said. Talk a little bit about what their first-year coach has done, Coach Seth.
He's been tremendous. Coach LeBlanc's been great, and Miller Hilliard before Miller, Coach Thorne building that foundation, then Miller building on that foundation for a couple more years after that. Coach LeBlanc has come in and just been tremendous. He's just a tactical genius, a great motivator, and I have some of his players in class. And when he first got here, it was kind of with any coaching change, there's always going to be uncertainty at the beginning. But I think they've warmed up to him. Obviously, they've warmed up to him to be in the position they are in. But he's a tremendous coach, and their whole staff that he has going on right there with the boys soccer program, and then even the girls soccer program as well. There's a lot of overlap. They've just been tremendous.
And I don't know if it's oblate spheroid or oblong spheroid, but with all the attention down south on one of those two, it has to be an education process for the other kids and for the community as far as the sport of soccer is concerned.
Absolutely. When you think of Louisiana, you don't really think, soccer powerhouse. And, for me, coming from Chicago, where high school soccer was a very big deal back home, it was a huge deal for us when we were in high school. I think it's something here that definitely the game is growing as you get more exposure with Team USA, the World Cup, MLS, things like that. You're getting more exposure on a global stage for the sport of soccer in the United States, and that kind of trickles down and makes its way into Louisiana. So I think, again, this could be a huge thing for Denham Springs just in terms of soccer notoriety here, to win this game, to go to the state championship, and hopefully win that thing would just be huge for soccer in this town going forward.
Talk about the people you get to work with, from the principal, Wes Howard, to athletic director, head football coach Brett Beard, to Coach Kevin Caballero, boys basketball, to Coach Rudy Smith with girls basketball. That certainly has to pave the way for you to have success.
Absolutely, and you just named off a bunch of my favorite people in the world. I love getting to go to work with people like that who are high character, high quality, who care about Denham Springs, who care about the kids that we're teaching and coaching here to try to build them into the next citizens in this town or wherever they end up going. And so Principal Wes Howard, Mike Simmons, the director of the STEM Center, helping us do all that we do in DSTV at the STEM Center. Then of Coach Cab, Coach Smith, Coach Beard. It's just a really great operation we have going on here in Denham Springs, and I feel like the kids can feel that, and I hope the community can feel it and can see it with things like DSTV and with things like our athletic programs. Those kind of things don't just happen overnight. They don't just happen. It takes effort and intentionality by the administration and the coaches to make those things as successful as they are.
For the uninitiated, what is the STEM Center?
So the STEM Center is over there on Range Avenue. It's the former Southside Elementary campus right there by Sonic that was flooded out in 2016. In 2019, they made the decision to change that building into a new STEM and Robotics Center for Denham Springs High School. So 6 years ago, that's where we initiated DSTV, the Denham Venom Robotics team, and we have also computing, coding, cybersecurity classes, engineering classes. They all happen there at the STEM Center, along with our film and TV curriculum and all of our digital media stuff happens there at the STEM Center. And so we've been growing that for the last 6 years, and it's really been a tremendous addition to our community.
Now, we have said that you are the MVP of Denham Springs High School, okay? So we don't want to lose you. But, Johnny, what about taking it to the next level? What about getting to a bigger market for yourself? What about getting to Chicago?
A bigger market. I don't know about that right now. I'm very happy here in Denham Springs and building what we're doing, teaching our kids every day. It's been a lot of fun. So I'm in no mood right now to go up to the big leagues or anything like that. I think we have a really great thing going here right now in Denham. I feel like, you know, people who live here, who have kids here, should be able to feel that and see that with what we have going on this campus. And it doesn't mean everything's perfect, but I think things are moving in a great direction, and we're building a special community, a special school, a community that's always been special, you know, but for the school to really reflect that, and for the kids who come here every day to really be happy and excited to be here, to go to school, be on their teams, and be a part of the high school here.
Okay, how can someone access DSTV?
So DSTV, we are on all social media at DS Jackets TV. Our YouTube channel is Denham Springs TV as well. So if you go to like Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, you can go to @DS Jackets TV. And then on YouTube and Facebook, it's Denham Springs TV. You can access all of our videos, all of our graphics or posts. All that happens at those addresses.
Not to be confused with @DS Jacket Vision.
Very, very confusing.
Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
He is Johnny Lombardi. He is the director, the teacher of DSTV. My name is John Fine. Want to thank a couple of our booster sponsors for being part of Denham Springs broadcast. It would be Mashan and Associates, general contractors, and the Bee's Knees Children's Clothing Store. Also, a special shout out to Jeff and his better looking wife, Joanne Dungan, and really appreciate them being in our viewing audience tonight. It is Josh Ward and Mitch Covington coming your way next. And somewhere along the line, we're going to speak with Jackets assistant coach to come on the program as well to give a further preview of the Denham matchup against Prairieville. That'll be Tony Sterling, who will be joining us sometime as well. It is Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. We're back after this pause on Denham Springs basketball.
Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the Law Office of Ivy Graham, 5 Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual gurus will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville here from the Jacket Gym on a Friday night edition of Yellow Jackets basketball, Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com. Streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. That is at DS Jacket Vision, all one word. As always, please hit that subscribe button. Darren Ferrente, our good friend on the laptop here, if you get in the chat with him, he will chat back with you and he'll give you some score updates and things as we go along. Joshua, we're now joined again by Mitch Covington. Special thanks right there to Mr. Johnny Lombardi. I mean, he's great. The kids do such a good job with that. They the highlight films, the all-access thing that they do with each team each year. Last year it was football, right? No,
the girls' basketball last year.
And now this year's the boys' basketball.
Yeah.
And talk about can be a little intrusive at times. I know Coach Rudy Smith was talking. He said, I didn't know how they were going to react to these cameras being around all the time. And sometimes they're in the huddle with me, as you had kind of mentioned last week with Coach Cab that we've seen with it from this year. And, they said it's kind of funny. After a couple of weeks, you just don't even really notice it anymore. So congratulations to them.
I guess it's like all those guys on the Netflix shows and stuff when they're following around the quarterbacks or I guess receivers. They had one recently, and after a little while, you just get used to it and don't realize it's even there.
Apparently you do. Great job
New
by
season
them,
in full swing. Golf coming out here.
Yes, it just came out. Is it tonight or tomorrow?
It's very soon. It's coming out.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Big golf guys here, if you didn't know. So, excited about that. All right, so Mitch, as we kind of look at, we did have a score from the Lady Jackets. I know when we saw that, we thought maybe it was a JV game.
It was a varsity game, right?
It is a varsity game. They started 5:30 for that one. So what was that score?
Yeah, I don't have the score exactly, but they were up, I think, 14 points at halftime over at Prairieville. So last game was
does that sound right?
I think it was I can get it for by next break. We'll have it.
Okay.
We'll have it for you. But they were up double-digit lead at halftime, and that's the last regular season game for them. So hoping, like I said, to finish on a strong note. We mentioned earlier, I do believe right now they're the 9 seed. I believe with a win, they probably would jump Slidell, who's the 8 seed, which the importance of that would be if both of them get to the second round, we would get to host that game. So you'd like to host 2 home playoff games in the instead of having to travel in the second round. So that's the goal. Finish out. Hey, district championship on the line. Like if they win tonight, at the very least, they're a share of the district championship, a co-champion with Walker High School. East Ascension also has just one loss right now. It could be a 3-way tie, or you could end up district champs by yourself.
Yeah, I think East Ascension may have picked up one other loss after. I think I could be wrong on that. We'll focus on what we know. Is what we do is the Lady Jackets are 20-9 overall. They are 4-1 in district play. Prairieville, as you had mentioned earlier, not bad for their first season and playing varsity. They're 15-8. They're 1-3 in district, but 15-8 overall. So of course we do know the next stop is the playoffs. We were joking earlier. We said it'll be in Denham Springs. We do know that Denham Springs will be the home team wherever that home may be next Thursday.
We'll be the host team.
Correct.
How about that?
And I was texting with Coach Rudy Smith today, and he said it's all just trying to figure it out. One is figuring out who your opponent is.
Let's get the River Center.
Yes.
Let's get a home game at the Baton Rouge River Center, Raising Cane's River Center, and so I don't know. Bump out the Zydeco hockey team.
Yeah, I tell you what.
Coach John would not be happy about that. My buddy Brad John, former Denham Springs High School quarterback, big Zydeco fan.
Oh, is he?
I don't think he'd like them getting bumped for the high school basketball.
Well, I have one question. Why?
He loves it. He loved the hockey. He became a hockey fan. I know when he was in Houston, he played the adult hockey league when he was in Houston.
Did he? Okay.
And then he's been following it since he's been here. So he always gives him a Zydeco update. So, yeah, we don't want to bump them from any home series they have.
Well, I'll tell you what, if it comes down to it, BRCC's got a pretty nice gym over there.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know if you've seen it. They've done a pretty good job with that as they have been trying to revive their men's and women's basketball over at BRCC. But anyway, so obviously many things to work through here. But first things first, Yellow Lady Jackets win tonight over Prairieville. And
They're winning, but if they win.
Yes,
Right, if they win.
They could be have a share of the district champs. So hopefully they can hold on to that and finish that out there. And of course, that'll be Thursday, February 20th. That's just Thursday coming up, would be the first round of the playoffs. They're going to be somewhere around 8 or 9 seeding for the Lady Jackets. All right, Mitch, will you be at the soccer match tomorrow?
It's very possible. I don't have that set yet, but I know it's at noon, right? So there's a good chance I could be there.
I think they're going to try to get it.
Don't hold me down to it.
I'm not going to hold you down to it, but I know like with the weather coming in, obviously LSU baseball shifted gears and moved their game up to 11
o'clock.
This game was already slated to be at noon, so they didn't have to make any changes there. So hopefully they get this in, weather works out for them, and hopefully it will be a Yellow Jackets victory and head on to Hammond Strawberry Stadium for the finals next Saturday.
That was, well, I was about to say, I was about to ask when maybe was the last time a Denham Springs athletic team played for a state title, but I know last year, the girls basketball,
the girls,
so
yes,
it wasn't that long ago. But got another shot to win a state title. The boys are 2 games away, so.
All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we take a timeout, as we take this timeout, we're going to get set for Coach Tony Sterling to come up and have a chat with us real quick.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
No, he's good.
My bad.
So, but you're going to have to go get him, but don't go get him just yet. So,
I was thinking they still got the fourth quarter of the JV game, but
they do.
Coach Sterling does a freshman team.
Yeah, so he's going to come up. We'll chit-chat with him, kind of look at the X's and O's of this one.
Just got to stay in my lane. I got to just
the freshman game
do
went
my
a little
job.
bit. The freshman game went a little bit long here from Jacket Gym earlier.
But we got the win.
So we did get the win.
Jacket freshman got the win.
Get the brooms out as we try to go for a full sweep here as they head to the 4th of the JV game. It is 42-30. Jackets with the lead over the Prairieville Hurricanes in that one. All right, stay with us. When we return, it'll be Coach Tony Sterling joining me here. We're back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Haskam Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sporting Center. Sporting Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sporting Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sporting Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sporting Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sporting Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward now joined by assistant coach of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Tony Sterling. Coach, always a pleasure to have you join us here. A nice freshman win. JV looks like they're trying to take care of business here. Varsity, I know y'all are going to try to go after and get that one, so get a full sweep here as you finish off. Well, we got one more week of district play after this, but here tonight as we get ready for Prairieville, first off, talk about the freshman game and the JV game and how y'all continue to try to develop this, because those are the levels and the ages that are so important, as we kind of discussed last week.
The last couple practices, what I've been doing with our freshmen is like game situations and stuff, because sometimes you just gotta listen to your players. And I think it was after we played in our freshman tournament, I was like what y'all having trouble with or whatever. And they're like, coach, we do a lot of fundamentals and stuff like that, but we don't really have to do game situations and stuff. So, you gotta listen to them. We do sideline, out of bounds plays, all that stuff. With 10 seconds on the clock, just to give them some type of urgency and stuff. When the past couple games we've been playing, they've been doing pretty well. I enjoy it. But I know, I think the last 2 freshman games that we had, they started off pretty well. We up 10 points or more going into halftime. Then we kind of get stagnant in that third quarter, letting the teams back in the game. So, and that's another thing, something they can learn, especially when they're young like that. But you can see the chemistry and, the stuff that's going on with them, which I'm really enjoying. I actually like this group. It's a very, very deep group, because, your freshman teams, are not the same every year. The talent could be down or it may be up, whatever. So the past couple of years, especially like with this junior class, most of those guys played varsity, minutes when they were freshmen or whatever. So it's kind of...
Talk about some of the freshmen and JV guys that are up and coming that we can look to see in the next couple of years. Who's some of your star guys that you have on that freshman team? Who are some of these guys on the JV team that are going to be coming up and making an impact for the Yellow Jackets when it comes to the varsity level?
Okay, we got a good bit of freshmen playing JV or whatever. So, like you got Jalen Williams, lefty, got to figure out what he can do, have more confidence. He got some untapped talent or whatever, but he got some really, some good quickness and stuff like that or whatever. Once he figured out, which he in between that, he'll be fine. I feel like he'll get some varsity minutes for us next year, make us deeper. But he got some untapped talent, and that's just from just watching the game, which you got to be careful telling them guys, watch the NBA or watch this certain player. Like, to me, I feel like they shouldn't even watch college basketball right now. I feel like they should watch the women's game because it's more fundamental.
It is definitely, it really it's more fundamental, and it's more of kind of the pace of what you see from the high school level. So, I remember when I was here, I would take Pat Summitt's inbound plays from Tennessee, and when we would use them here at times, I would do that with Coach Wingate back in the day.
Yeah, in this day and age, you got a lot of kids that do the skill training stuff, but it don't really do nothing. It's basically like you drive, like your parents teaching you how to drive in the parking lot or whatever. I mean, it's easy to do that, but what you gonna do when you get out here on this highway or this on the interstate or whatever? How you gonna use that? You gotta figure that out. You gotta have some type of feel or whatever. So a couple of things I was doing with our freshmen is doing 3-on-3 and stuff. So, but another one is Drayden Goldman.
Another one?
Oh, yeah.
There's another one. Goldman we got.
Another Goldman, yeah. Big kid. He's about 6'4". He's grown. I think he was like 6'2 and a half when, in August. So I think he's about 6'4 or whatever. So you got Jordan Hampton, Stanley Stewart, Jaden Banks, man. It's a bunch of them. I feel like, we always keep like 5 to 6 guys, but man, I think we're gonna, probably 11.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a really good class. Then you got a class that's coming behind them that's good too, but not as deep. Not as deep. We got some JV guys. Carter Wickwire, he's getting better or whatever. Like, mainly what I'll probably tell him during the summer, man, get out here on these stadiums with us in the morning, because if you're in shape and you fighting that heat, you'll
get some of that. So, all right, as we switch gears to varsity, obviously Prairieville in their first year in varsity action, kind of having a rough season, not doing so well, especially when it comes to district-wise, but it is a district matchup. You're still trying to figure out your new settings here with the Jacket Gym and where you're going to be when it comes to playoff times and all that, but obviously the task at hand here tonight is the Hurricanes. So what can you tell us about them, and what do you expect to see from them?
Yeah, for one, anybody that's been part of a program or in general, if you've been part of business, you're going to went through some lumps and bruises. So I remember when we first got here at Denham, we went through some seasons where you had to take them losses in order to win. So, and those guys do a great job over there. But, our guys just, take care of business, especially on senior night for these guys or whatever. But hopefully we go out there and we played them before earlier in the season. Hopefully we can do the same thing, and have a good weekend and prepare for the last 2 games of the season. As far as the playoffs and stuff, I mean, it's a new season. You got to find other ways to win. You can't win the same way you won early. You can't win the same way, during Thanksgiving break and Christmas break. You can't win the same way like you was winning in district play. You got to find, it's the mental side of it. I was telling our guys, that do something to our advantage, learn all the out-of-bounds plays that every team that we play, learn them. that can be our advantage. Then we can add more things once y'all do that. Like if you can't get that or whatever, like how bad you want it, how bad you want to get to the top 28, stuff like that. It's all about mental toughness and the mindset that you want. But mainly you got to keep all the guys and on the same page.
Sure. Something I meant to ask about last week, and I just totally forgot with everything that was going on. Y'all, the finals are played in Lake Charles, and we know that.
Mm-hmm.
And earlier in the season, y'all did a trip to Lake Charles where y'all played some games there. Talk about that trip and how y'all were able to manage that and how y'all were able to pull that off. I know Coach Will Wade, the head coach at McNeese, talked to your guys a little bit, and y'all kind of got to watch McNeese practice and see how they do things. So talk about what that experience meant and knowing that you kind of wanted to go in there and get familiar with it a little bit in hopes that you would end your season there.
Well, like during the holidays, that's when you got a good team when they come together because y'all spending a lot of time together. Of course, you out of school. You can just worry about one thing, and on top of that, you out of routine. But the benefit of that, that type of, that road trip or whatever, we in hotels and stuff, they hanging together. One of our seniors, Gary's Rankin, had a birthday, so that was kind of get together, like getting to know each other, forming a bond.
Sure.
But one of our kids, one of the seniors took a picture walking into the Burton Coliseum, and I send it to him in a group text, every now and then, like this is the goal. I mean, it can, of course, you want to win district,
sure.
You want to win every game, but like this the main goal. Like you don't win state championship by winning district. Like
Correct.
This is where you want to get, And I was like last Saturday, I had talked to Tasman or whatever, and he came and watched us play, and he was like, team so deep, but y'all way better than us overall. Even though he was saying, when Tasman played, he like 3 players in one.
Yes, correct.
We don't have one of those, but he said overall, like we're a way better team or whatever. But he was like, the main thing, especially like with these kids, you got to keep them on task or whatever. Like there's only one goal. Like if you want to go to, can't have this, somebody, these guys over here, you got to win together.
All right, Coach, I'm going to let you get out of here, but before I do, I'm going to tell you, there's an orange extension cord down there at the bottom. Don't unplug that tonight, okay?
Right.
Just leave it in there. Okay.
I thought I was doing this one time, but I don't mind.
He thought he was doing this one time. It's each game that we do this.
No. We're good. No, good talk
Coach
to you,
Tony
man.
Sterling, always good to talk to you.
too.
And we'll see you next Friday. So have a good night.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you.
All right. That was Assistant Coach Tony Sterling. We will take a timeout. When we come back, Mitch will join me back. We'll kind of start looking to the playoffs picture, some district standings, PowerPoint ratings, and all that good stuff as we get ready for kickoff. So get ready for tip-off here from the Jacket Gym for the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes. Stay with us. We're back after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Densbury, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, L. King Company, and Triton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
As we welcome you back in to the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up, the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville from the Jacket Gym here on the campus of Denham Springs High School. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Thanks to Coach Tony Sterling for joining me. I know it's really out of his comfort zone. It's not his kind of cup of tea, if you will. So I don't know if he said, I thought I was just doing this one time. I said, no, it's every time. He said, it's okay. I don't mind it too bad. So I think I'm starting to get to him a little bit. I think he's starting to be like, all right.
You're winning him over.
Yes, I am winning him over one game at a time. So talked with him about how they took the trip to Lake Charles, Mitch, and they did that. They went to Burton Coliseum to play a couple of games there and watch McNeese. Coach Will Wade talked to him, and getting to do that, they wanted to get familiar with a location that they hope their season will end at, and that's where the finals are for the boys. So he kind of talked about that. But do you remember any kind of trips like that you did when you were in school? I remember when we were here with Taz, when we went to Barb and did their big basketball tournament there a couple of times. We went to Myrtle Beach the day after Christmas 2 years in a row. And you talk about building some team chemistry and those type of things. They really do happen on those trips when you're having to sit in hotels. Sometimes you're in the gym waiting for another game to get finished, so you can go on yours and you're sitting in the stands, kind of like they do here and all that. Do you remember any trips that you had from your days back then?
Actually, in our high school games, we didn't. We didn't make any overnight trips anywhere. In any of the sports, really, football, baseball, or basketball. Summer ball, I remember several trips away and things like that, summer ball, and getting to meet new teammates and all that, hanging out with them. But as a coach, though, that did happen several times. It would happen as a baseball coach. There's always a big tournament, week 2 up in North Louisiana, West Monroe, Ruston, and Ouachita, that area. They're always hosting a big tournament. A lot of teams go north up there the second weekend of the season. It's still going on. They still have that tournament. It's interesting. You like kind of get away from school a little bit. You get back for the second semester and in January, and so baseball season normally that second week is right around the end of February, and so you've been back for almost 2 months, and you're kind of ready for a little bit of a break. Get 2 days off of school, go play some baseball. Hang out throughout the days. A lot of times back then, you'd find something during the day. Maybe go take batting practice at ULM or something like that. We've done that in the past. Just a way to stay loose and just see some different things in different areas of the state. But what the important thing is, as you mentioned, with the Denham Springs High School team doing that, with Coach Cab taking the guys to Lake Charles, that is where your state tournament is played. That is where you want to end the season, and to be able to practice there, kind of get used to the sight lines a little bit, and just see it in your mind. And that's something you can be thinking about all season long. This is where I want to finish up. And you're going to have that on your mind, and you're going to keep thinking about that at night when you're, daydreaming in school and not listening to the English teacher. You're thinking about basketball, or, at night when we lay in bed. That this is where I want to be, and that's my goal, and it kind of keeps you moving in that direction. And so when you do get there, hopefully, you can win a few playoff games, and then you get to the top 28, you're in the semifinals, and you're playing at McNeese State on their campus, and you're playing at Lake Charles. You have seen it before, and you're a little bit comfortable with that situation.
All right, we want to say big congratulations to the Lady Jackets. They played varsity only at Prairieville. What was the final in that one, Mitch?
Wasn't quite final as I know, but I know last I had heard 60-44 the Lady Jackets were up with 16 minutes left. It probably is over by now. That was a few minutes ago. Just hadn't got that update with the official final score, but they were up by 16 with just less than 5 minutes left.
So that is going to put the Lady Jackets finishing the regular season at 21-9 overall and 5-1 in district play, and getting a capture and a share of that district title. So congratulations, Lady Jackets. Well done. And we look forward to the playoffs next Thursday to see who they're going to be, where it's going to be, and all that good stuff. So I know we're excited about that. We started off the season with our broadcast here with 3 straight girl games, and then we're going to end up with 3 boys games. But what I wasn't thinking about, I was like, oh wait, then the playoffs are going to come in there, so we're going to get to jump back into Lady Jackets. So we'll have that Thursday, then we'll switch back to boys on Friday, and then hopefully Denham Soccer is playing in Hammond on Saturday. So it's going to be a busy time around here for Denham Springs Athletics. And, of course, we talked about the 2 teams on the diamond, baseball and softball, getting going as well. So no shortage of sports to come see around Denham Springs at this time of the year if you want to see it.
Yeah, I was just looking out on the floor, senior day ceremony kind of going on, and just thinking. So I saw Chris Pusho out there on the floor, senior for the Jackets, and his mom, Trisha. Trish was Trish Strain when we were in high school, but she was a three-sport player here at Denham Springs High School, and I remember her same class as myself, and so it's just look around the gym. I see a couple of people I know that have kids playing now, and that's just the joy of still living in the area where you went to high school and still being around, connected to the high school that we grew up with, because you still run into a lot of the people that
Absolutely,
you knew when you were younger. You see some of the people that were there watching you play, and they're still here now watching the new crop of players, and it's always good community to be around, people that you've known for 30 years,
All right, we are going to take a timeout. When we return, we are going to start looking at the district standings for the boys as they stand right now, and then we'll look at the power ratings where kind of your top-tier teams that you're looking at there and the power ratings for Division I non-select. So we're going to do that after this quick timeout. Again, Denham Springs and Prairieville here from the Jacket Gym. Glad to have you along with us. We're back after this with more of the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
1998, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience, with Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff. Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs: personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
Welcome back in to the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up as the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville here from a Yellow Jacket. I said kickoff earlier, and I almost just said Yellow Jacket Stadium. It is the Jacket Gym. We've been here for a few weeks now, so I should be able to get that right. So sorry about that, folks. But I think the autopilot kicks in after a while. But anyway, getting excited to be looking at some hoops here tonight. Friday night district contest. The Tuesday night game has also thrown me off. It was our first Tuesday night game, so I feel like this is the following week, but it's not. And then it's
right. We didn't have to wait a whole week to get on the broadcast again. Just a couple of nights.
All right, so Mitch, let's look at the district standings real quick, and as you see them there, East Ascension is sitting at the top at 4-0. Denham Springs 2-1 with Santa Maria at 2-1. Walker's 1-1. They're having a rough season. The Dutchtown's 1-1. Live Oak 1-2, and then Prairieville, as we mentioned, 0-4. So Denham Springs could use a little help when it comes to terms of trying to get a piece of this district championship. But as we have seen with East Ascension boys and girls teams, that they play well over there. The record may not always exactly reflect what you may expect to see, but East Ascension is playing mighty fine on both sides, but especially their boys being 4-0 in district play.
I get my teams crossed up sometimes because I'm looking at both the girls' schedules and the boys' schedules, and I think it was the boys at East Ascension only beat Santa Maria by 2, I believe it was. Was that Santa Maria, or maybe it was Live Oak? They only beat by like 2 points. Like, they were real close to an upset recently, but they did pull out the win. But pretty sure that was on the boys' side. But they are 4-0, so they've already got 4 wins under their belt with only 2 games left to go. So, really, as the Jackets here, you can't do any scoreboard watching. What you got to focus on is the team that's in front of you, and right now that's the Prairieville Hurricanes, and you got to just handle your business here, handle your business who lines up in front of you next Tuesday, and then finish it out next Friday. But the goal is to win a district title, and if you can get there, that's great. If you can't, you still want to keep winning these games and protect that power rating, which in result is going to set you up for a good run in the playoffs, and that's the ultimate goal, is to make a strong run in the playoffs. So, like I said, if somebody can knock off East Ascension, that'd be great, but they keep pulling out victories and doing a good job over there on their side of it. But we just got to handle our business, can't control what happens in the other games.
And Mitch, you had a great segue there to power ratings, as we wanted to kind of look at that for a second here. So as you see that, there was a little bit of change this week as Central went to number 1, Zachary 2, Denham Springs 3, East Ascension 4, who we were just mentioning with East Ascension. And then, of course, you have Natchitoches Central, a team that Denham's been familiar with, sitting there at 5. You got North Shore at 6, Ruston at 7, Sulphur is 8, Ouachita Parish at 9. And then, of course, you have, rounding out your top 10, is South Lafourche. So Yellow Jackets been holding pretty steady at 3. They got up to number 2 earlier in the season, but now they're hanging out at number 3. Obviously, you know, that top 4, you get that first round bye when the playoffs do start.
Yeah, and some things still could change above you. I know Central had a big win and beat Catholic High, and that's what catapulted them up to the number 1 spot. But that district over there is super strong. You know, they still have to play. Central has to play Zachary still, and I believe Liberty also still on the schedule. And those are all really strong basketball teams. So there still could be some movement in those top 3 or 4 spots. And as we mentioned before, Jackets can't get themselves caught up in what the other teams are doing. We just got to handle our business and beat the team on the floor with us each night, and let the rest, you know, fall where it does.
Yep. All right. So we've got about 5 minutes left here until tip-off. So we will try to, we're going to have starting lineups. We're going to take a break here in just a second. And as we get ready to get set for that, Mitch, obviously just excited to be a part of all of this, and how we are starting to expand a little bit more into all the things that we're doing here. Don't know what's going to be next. Obviously, we know we've got the Lady Jackets playoffs coming up. We got the boys playoffs coming up. We're going to see if we can get some of your favorite sport, baseball, on at some point. But we're going to explore that as we go along. But again, that's all that's happening here. We are going to take a timeout. When we take this timeout, when we come back, we will be close to tip-off here, as we will get you set for tip-off between the Hurricanes and the Jackets of Denham Springs. Stay with us. We're back with more after this on the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up.
Priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio's installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
Peak Performance Physical Therapy has been serving the wonderful people of Livingston Parish for over 20 years now. This is Ben Wilson, Denham Springs High School, class of 98, and the much younger Stephen Wilson, class of 2003. We are honored to have the opportunity to help those in our community return to a normal way of life following injury. From the geriatric population to the young athlete, we are committed to helping you become stronger, faster, and better. So for all of your physical therapy and rehab needs, come see us at Peak Performance Physical Therapy, located in Denham Springs at 145 Aston Square, or visit our website at peakperformancephysicaltherapy.com.
Personal injury?
Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenck, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, A-Bear, and On-Gel. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Welcome back in. It is the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. It is the Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes of Prairieville here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Zachary Williamson stepping in for Papa Jake Williamson, who is...
The better Williams.
Who is, you know, Dad's watching that, so you can answer for that one, Mitch. I'm not going to. John Fine, of course.
I don't know. His older brother Clayton might not like that either, so yeah, I got to be careful, you know.
Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, so great to have everyone along here with us. We get ready for a tip-off here. So got to go ahead and get your starting lineups out the way for you. So as we look at that, it is going to be for Prairieville. Number 1, sophomore Mason Armstrong. Number 10, freshman Kingston Matthews. Number 14, freshman Jalen Collins. Number 22, freshman Nigel Turner. And number 32, senior Ethan Smith. They are coached by Andrew Mattins, and they come in with the overall record of 9-16 and 0-4 in district play. Coach Mattins in his first season there at Prairieville, obviously, is their first year in varsity. Now for your Denham Springs starting lineup, they come in at 24-3 overall, 2-1 in district play, and your starting lineup goes like this. Number 2, Jeremy Williams, a 6'1 junior guard. Number 4, Jermaine O'Connor, a 6'2 junior guard. Number 5, Larry Gayron at 5'11 senior guard. And the twins, number 10, Sean Goldman at 6 foot. He's a junior guard. And the twin brother, number 12, John Goldman. He's a 6 foot junior guard as well. So that is your starting lineup.
Same height, huh? Sean is on, same height.
That's what they say. That's what Coach Cab told me, so I'm not questioning it. So I bet one of the twins would say that one of them is taller than the other one.
Right. Or at least one would say he can jump higher.
Correct, yes. There you go. All right, that'll do it for the Sporting Center Yellow Jackets warm-up. As always, brought to you by Sporting Center. Proudly serving Livingston Parish since 1977. At Sporting Center, they have everything you need from athletic equipment to school uniforms. So go see Stacy Phipps, James Adam McCants. James, we love James. He's the best. That's at Sporting Center, 205 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs. All right, Mitch, tips for the game here for the Yellow Jackets?
Well, we want to get out and we want to start early. You know, that with last week, Tuesday night, with Dutchtown, we kind of back and forth in the first half, had an early first quarter lead, let them close it down and tie it with an 8-0 run in the second quarter. Really tight as we got to the halftime, was able to pull away in the second half. Prairieville hasn't had a ton of success this season, sitting at 9-16, although doing my research, I did figure out that Prairieville has set a school record for most wins in a season. So they were looking to add to that record, that school record they already have at the moment. But, we don't want to play around and give them a lot of momentum. Prairieville is a young team, a brand new school, obviously. And, of course, I was saying that facetiously. This is the first year of the school at Prairieville. But a lot of young players, you look at their lineup, a lot of sophomores and freshmen with really only one upperclassman that plays a good bit for them. So try and take control of the game early and not kind of mess around and let these guys hang into it for a half, or then you get to the second half and fourth quarter and it's a 2-3 bucket game right there, and anything can happen at that point.
Absolutely. So as they get the team intros on the court here, Mitch, ever since we've had to move gyms, no start of any game has been the same since we've done that. The national anthem is happening sometimes. It doesn't happen sometimes. Intros happen one game. It doesn't happen this one. So we've always talked about how
maybe the PA guy wasn't here Tuesday night. He had prior commitment. Maybe that was it. I don't know.
No excuse.
Could have called John down. John would have done it. John could have gave a good starting lineups for him.
All right, so as we get that as we continue to see this here, as you can see that on your screen for the for the Yellow Jackets there. But Mitch, obviously a senior night for Denham Springs. Not a lot of seniors on the court to start this one, but the seniors in the program obviously mean a lot to a team when you're not those starters. But talk about what a senior night emotion could mean for these guys here.
Well, you get out, you have a lot of extra family members that aren't always there. There's going to be the ceremony at the start. You're going to take some pictures. And so whereas sometimes you may have some extended family there watching and sometimes not. But when you have that senior day, kind of ceremony, you end up with your aunt shows up, your uncle shows up, your cousin shows up. You have friends that show up that weren't there for every other game. And so more people in the crowd, and you want to show out for them. And so a lot of times that spurs some guys on to some great performances and great games. Like we saw that with Jaden Vaughn on her senior night here with the girls. Man, she had, I forgot now, but I'm thinking about 19 points in that game, and she really went off and had a fantastic performance. So sometimes you get that, guys going out there, that one last, it's not, although we do have one more home game left, but you get that the extra crowd here for you and the extra support, and you want to make sure you show out for them.
All right, so as we get ready for tip-off here, it will be Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes ready to get underway. Ball is up, it is tipped, and it is going to go out of bounds to start this one. Going to go out of bounds on Prairieville, I believe, so I believe it will go to the Yellow Jackets. Nope, it's going to go to Prairieville, my bad. He said it went off one white, not it's going to white. All right, here's Armstrong. He will inbound it from the near sideline here. He gets it over to Turner. Turner going to drive it in, kicks it out to Collins. Collins hits a three from the corner, and Prairieville with the early lead, 3-0 here right off the bat.
Yeah, we talk about keys to the game. Maybe if we can stop that dribble drive right there. The point guard did a great job of driving to the lane. The defense collapsed. He kicked it to the corner for the open look. So try and keep the point guard from getting into the lane against us.
It's going to be Gayron from the top. Getting the start here tonight for the Yellow Jackets. Gets it over to Jean. Jean up to Gayron, who kicks it over to Williams in the corner. Now back up to Gayron. Gayron will give it to Jean, and Jean shoots a three off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. The putback up is in by Larry Gayron, the senior. And it is 3-2, Prairieville leads.
Really good pass by Sean Goldman to find Gayron.
Prairieville now, it'll be Collins handling the ball. Guarded by Jeremy Williams. Williams with some good pressure. Going for the steal, will not get it. Going to drive it in and throws it up is Jalen Collins, the freshman, and he's got two. And it is 5-2 Prairieville. Yellow Jackets the other way now from the corner. That is Williams. Williams gets it in the lane. It's going to be a nice pass right there to Jermaine O'Connor, who puts it in. 5-4 Prairieville leads.
2 assists already for Sean Goldman. A great no-look pass to get the open bucket.
Free throw jumper Jalen Collins is good, and it is 7-4 Prairieville.
Collins with 7 points in the first minute and a half.
Just a freshman there for the Hurricanes. Now in the lane, that is going to be Sean. Sean kicks it out. It's going to be in the corner to Williams. Williams shoots a three, and it's good.
I'll tell you what, if we can keep feeding Sean Goldman in the lane with the ball, he's going to find an open player.
Tied up at 7 apiece now. 6:05 left here. Just underway from the Jacket Gym. Great to have you along with us. Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for us, please. Yellow Jackets with some good defense there. It's going to be a loose ball. Yellow Jackets get it. It's going to be a nice pass right there from Sean to Williams. And Yellow Jackets lead by 2 now. Was that Williams or O'Connor?
No, it was Williams scored.
Okay, I thought so. The 2 and 3 gets me sometimes. I had it that time. I'm going to have a whistle on the court. Going to be the first against Prairieville. 9-7, the Yellow Jackets with the lead.
I gotta say, I didn't see a lot of guys from Prairieville hustling back on that fast break, and if they're gonna hang around the half-court line when we've got a 2-on-1 break, that's gonna be advantageous for us the rest of the night.
Will be Jean inbounding from the baseline, gets it over to Sean. Sean will work it around now, gets it in the corner to the twin Jean. Up top to Gayron. Gayron to Sean. Sean is going to go underneath the basket to Jermaine O'Connor, who puts it in for 2. 11-7 Yellow Jackets with the lead.
And as I said before, we keep feeding Sean in the lane, and his defense collapse on him. We have backdoor breakers getting to the goal, or he kicks out to the three-point line. He's going to find the open man.
Seeing that press now by the Yellow Jackets, but Prairieville is going to break it, and
Williams is going to pick up his first.
Yep, Dylan Everett will go to the free throw line for 2, as he had checked in on the previous timeout.
You know, listen to Coach Cab talk with you last week in the post game, and we want to press and pressure the ball, and even though they will beat us sometimes and get some buckets early in the game, if you're going to have to deal with that for 3 or 4 quarters of the game, you get tired of, you know, someone pestering you all game long, and it just wears on you as the night increases, and so that's why sometimes we've had some big second half runs.
First free throw is good. Second free throw is good as well. It is 11-9 at Yellow Jackets with the lead. Yellow Jackets now, that is going to be John. In the far corner now, it's up to Williams. Williams going to give it to O'Connor, who drives it baseline, who tries to put it in. He's going to be fouled, and he will go to the free throw line for 2. 11-9, Yellow Jackets with the lead, 4:36 left in the first. First free throw is up, nothing but net. 12-9, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Got some substitution here for the Hurricanes. That is Mason Armstrong checking in for Dillard Warner. Second free throw up and good. 13-9, Yellow Jackets with the lead now. Everett getting it up the court. We'll have to get it over to the corner to Smith. Smith is going to turn the ball over, and that will go to Jean. Jean gets it to Williams. Williams back over to Jean. Cross court now to Sean. Sean drives it in the lane, puts it off the back glass and in for 2. Nice play right there by Sean Goldman. Turnover now, going quickly the other way. That's going to be Sean again, who off the glass and in for 2.
Jean with the steal, kick it ahead to Sean for the layup.
Yellow Jackets turning up the pressure on defense here as they can smell blood in the water, and there's going to be a whistle on the court with 4 minutes left and a 17-9 lead for the Yellow Jackets. I believe they called that on, Nigel Turner. Yep, Nigel Turner, the freshman. It's going to be Gayron inbounding from the sideline. Gets it over to Sean. Sean will work it from the top. Gets it over to O'Connor. That is Jermaine. Jermaine kicks it to Williams. Williams with the 3 off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. That's going to be Sean. Puts a free throw jumper up, no good. Third attempt by the Yellow Jackets is Jeremy Williams as he puts it up and in for 2. 19-9 Yellow Jackets now, 10-point lead.
Jackets with 2 offensive rebounds that possession.
Yep, the third putback was the good one.
And so you're looking at 19 points in the first 4 minutes and 30 seconds. That's a high-scoring effort right there.
Absolutely, 19-9 Yellow Jackets with the lead here. It is going to be inbounded from the sideline. That is Dylan Everett. Everett gets it into Collins. Collins drives it in the lane. Going to be a turnover by the Hurricanes. Ball still loose, goes out of bounds. It's going to go out of bounds off the, they're going to say it's off of White. Man, I thought that one off Collins, but they said it is going to be to the Hurricanes. So, no, they said it's White.
I think the other ref overruled it.
Yeah,
the ref at the baseline had a bad view, and the ref from half court saw it. And
Jermaine O'Connor drives it in, makes a move off the backboard and in for 2. 21-9, Yellow Jackets with the lead now.
8 early points there for Jermaine O'Connor.
Prairieville going the other way. It's going to be a layup missed by Dillard Warner, and then there's going to be a turnover now by the Yellow Jackets. Quickly going the other way. It's going to be an easy layup there for Kingston Matthews, who got a timeout on the court. Prairieville will take their first of the night. We will take it with them as well. Back after this on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball. 21-11. Yellow Jackets with the lead. 3 minutes left here in the first. And Mitch, pretty good start right here for the Yellow Jackets.
It's high scoring right here, 21 points, just 5 minutes into the game. We've talked about it in the past. The Jackets are going to be fast paced. They want to pressure you and get the ball up and down the floor and get a lot of fast break opportunities.
It's going to be Larry Gayron, the senior, from the top. Gets it over to Jean. Jean back up to Gayron. Gayron is going to give it to Jean, who takes a long 3, as we know he will. That one's going to hit the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Ball's going to be loose now, going the other way for the Yellow Jackets. Taking it all the way and going for the dunk is Sean Goldman. It is going to be no good. Now the twin, Jean, is going to get the putback after all of that. So the Goldman's trying to put a show on here for us.
You know, a lot of times when you miss a layup or you turn it over or miss a dunk like that, you reach in and make a dumb foul. But Sean got away with it right there. He reached in and poked the ball out and got it to his brother after the missed dunk. So he got a steal, poked it to his brother who got the layup.
Armstrong will inbound it. We got a legal pick right there on number 10, Kingston Matthews for Prairieville. Our good friend Mike Summers, we know him well. He's been refereeing basketball since Moses was loading up the arc.
I think he was here the first game of the Jacket Gym refereeing.
He's going to hear this, and we're going to hear about it, I assure you.
He had hair back then.
There's a long three by John, and it is no good. A rebound goes to Jermaine O'Connor. It is no good, but the putback by Jeremy Williams is good. Yellow Jackets 25, Prairieville 11.
9 points in the first quarter for Jeremy Williams.
Seeing that pressure by the Yellow Jackets defense here from the corner now is Toops. Toops is going to turn it over. Yellow Jackets going the other way now. Sean's going to try to drive it in all the way. It's going to be a turnover by him. Should be an easy layup on the other side. That is going to be Ethan Smith with the put in, and it is 25-13. Quickly the other way now. O'Connor wanted to pull it. Does. Off the front iron, no good. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Hurricanes quickly the other way now. The three-pointer by Mason Armstrong is no good. Ball goes to the Yellow Jackets. Going quickly the other way. That is going to be Sean who drives it up and misses that one. 25-13. Yellow Jackets lead. Turning up the pressure as usual on defense, and it does result in a turnover. That's Gayron going the other way now, and he's going to, miss the easy layup. Now the putback by Williams is in for two, and he will have the chance at the three-point play.
You know, I was about to say Gayron got rewarded for his effort. He's out there diving on the floor for loose balls, and then when Jean was able to pick it up, fed him up the court, and I don't know if he was trying to dunk it and realized when he jumped he's a little bit farther away from the goal than he thought, but he missed the finger roll. But then there was Jeremy Williams with the putback and the foul to go on top of it.
Yep, so Jerry Williams with the opportunity for the three-point play here with 1:01 left in the first. 27-13, Jackets with the lead. Free throw is Butte. It is 28-13, Denham Springs. Prairieville now being trapped. It's going to be a turnover by the Hurricanes. It is going to be a turnover by the Yellow Jackets now as the pressure was there and they got it. Now it's going to be off the backboard, no good. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Put back is going to be short, but that will send Nigel Turner to the free throw line, but 44 seconds left here.
But Jeremy Williams picked up his second foul. You know, Jeremy has 12 first quarter points right now, and he tried to move away from a block charge situation to keep out of foul trouble, but the shot was missed, and as he reached for the rebound, picked up a foul anyway. So a little bit disappointing there. He's had such a strong first quarter, and now he's in a little bit of foul trouble.
Yep, and that will send Trey Dorsey in. As he will head to the bench with those two fouls. First free throw was no good. Second one rims around and then will fall through the net. And it is 28-14 with 43 seconds left here in the first.
Trey Dorsey, a sophomore coming in, he got the start last game and played well, and a lot of juniors and sophomores on the court for the Yellow Jackets at most times.
Yellow Jackets now, that's going to be John Coleman from the corner for a three. It is no good. Rebound will go to Prairieville. 22 seconds left, and they will throw that one out of bounds. It will go to the Yellow Jackets. You know, Mitch, I just see the way these Yellow Jackets play defense. I don't know how they're just not slap worn out at the end of the game.
Because that's what they do. They've been doing that since they were 8. They played 3-4 games in one day, and they run it up and down the floor, and they're ready for it. They're conditioned.
Gavin from the top tries to go down into the low post to John Goldman. It is going to be a turnover. It will go to the Hurricanes. We're going to have a whistle on the court here. That's going to go against Sean Goldman.
10. I thought he was going to call that on O'Connor, number 3, but called it on Sean.
It'll be Warner to inbound. We'll get it into the backcourt. That is going to be to Armstrong. Armstrong loses it momentarily, and a half-court shot is no good, and that will do it for first period action here from the Jacket Gym. It is Denham Springs 28, Prairieville 14. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcasts on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, BJ Pawn and Gun, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, MODAD 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, KOA Campground, and Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball. We have played one here from the Jacket Gym. It is Denham Springs 28. It is Prairieville 14. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington, Zachary Williamson, John Fine, Lamine Figueroa back at the studio, and Darren Ferrente all here for you at the Jacket Gym. Yellow Jackets will get the possession to start this second, and it will be Chris Pusho getting some action for Denham Springs, senior for this Yellow Jacket squad as well.
I feel like we got 3 Jerry Horn touchdown passes in the first quarter. It's 28-14.
Here is a baseline jumper. Trey Dorsey with a nice touch right there extends the lead. 30-14 now for the Yellow Jackets. I like that. He was a little behind the goal. Baseline, a nice shot right there, Trey Dorsey. Putback is going to be good by Ethan Smith for Prairieville. Yellow Jackets going the other way now. O'Connor, that is Jermaine, in for Denham Springs. Ball is going to be loose. It's going to be a three-pointer now by Prairieville. That is by Turner on the far corner. It is no good. Rebound goes to Denham Springs. Denham Springs pushing it. Nice pass right there. Sean Goldman to Pusho, and Pusho puts in the easy layup. Yellow Jackets 32-16 over Prairieville.
Another really good pass by Sean Goldman. He's up to about 5-6 assists so far in the game.
Foul right there is going to be blue, 32. That is Ethan Smith. 32-16 just underway here. Second period action from the Jacket Gym. And Yellow Jackets, you can tell, are just playing a little loose right now in a good way. Just good ball movement, some heavy defense is what we're accustomed to be seeing from them, and just playing a really clean game thus far. Dorsey will lose it under the basket to O'Connor. And O'Connor, who put that back? Was that
good? O'Connor scored it, but good hands by Pusho to knock the ball away for a steal.
Prairieville going the other way now, being pressured by the Yellow Jackets. It is going to be top of the key, Collins. Collins going to back it out and try to get his offense set up. Get a slight breather. Being trapped, gets it into the lane. That is to Armstrong. Armstrong being trapped now. He's going to have to kick it out. Gets it over to Sanders. Sanders will walk it around and set it up from the top. Goes to his left, and it'll go out of bounds. A little miscommunication right there by the Hurricanes, and it will be turnover and possession to Denham Springs.
You know, on the offensive end, when we do have to set up an offensive set, Prairieville playing a 1-2-2 zone defense, but we've got Sean Goldman at the free throw line, and he drifts into the lane, and we've been able to get the ball in the middle of the floor to him, and he uses his vision to find the open jacket, cutting to the goal, and we've had a lot of success with that early in the game today.
Pusho goes across the court to Trey Dorsey, who shoots a three. It is off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to Dorsey, and there is going to be a jump ball call, and possession will go to Prairieville. So, Mitch, with the change here in the Jacket Gym, the possession arrow on the scorer's table is a wood block that they just flip. I said we should at least get a spinning wheel, or we can just spin it around. But baseline now driving is Turner. Turner is going to kick it out to Armstrong, who nails the three.
I think the wood block's a little bit fancier than just a loose leaf sheet of paper with an arrow drawn on it.
Possession arrow is now in favor of the Yellow Jackets. It is 34-19, Yellow Jackets with the lead. Turnover in the lane there will go to the Hurricanes. Pushing to the other way now is Everett, who makes a move, goes up, but it is no good. Rebound to the Yellow Jackets. Trying to get over to Dorsey, and is going to be out of bounds off of the Hurricanes as it went off the fingertips of Nigel Turner. It'll be Jermaine O'Connor, gets it inbounds to Dorsey, and Dorsey gets it up to the top to the senior Larry Gayron. Gayron will work it around between Pusho now in the corner to Jermaine O'Connor. Back to O'Connor in the corner, over to Pusho. Pusho to the top to Gayron. Gayron in the lane to Sean. Sean's going to kick it out to Pusho. Pusho takes a three. It is no good. Rebound goes to the Hurricanes. Now the ball is loose. Got a whistle on the court. Going to go against the...
Against Dorsey.
Against Dorsey, yeah.
Yeah. But as we spoke about a minute ago, we had Sean Goldman inside the lane. He caught the ball. All the defense collapsed. He found Pusho open for a three-point shot. It just didn't fall down for us, but getting a lot of open looks with Goldman feeding the basketball.
4:35 left here. First half action from the Jacket Gym. Going to be a turnover. Dorsey going to take it all the way, puts it off the backboard and in for two. I think he was thinking about a little bit more and then said, I'm going to just take the easy two.
Well, I think he was laughing because him and O'Connor was step for step, and O'Connor wanted to pass it, and he was like, nah, I got this one.
36-19.
I got the steal. I'm going to finish it off.
Here is Sean. Drives into the lane. It's going to be kicked out to Gayron now, who shoots a three. It is off the iron. No good. Rebound goes to Pusho. Pusho goes underneath to Gayron, and he will finish it off. 38-19. Yellow Jackets lead. Prairieville the other way now. Baseline going up for two is going to be Smith. That is going to be blocked. Goes out of bounds off the Yellow Jackets, so it will go to the Hurricanes. 38-19, Yellow Jackets lead. We've got 3:52 left here in this first half action. Here is a three in the far corner. That is by Armstrong. Excuse me, check that. That is by Sanders. It is no good. Rebound is now going to the Yellow Jackets. Dorsey going to take it himself. It's off the backboard, off the rim, rolls around, no good. Rebound will go to the Hurricanes now, pushing the other way. Underneath the basket is Matthews, and he goes up for an easy two.
Good finish right there.
Yeah. Kingston Matthews, just a freshman here for Prairieville. So obviously Prairieville in their first year in varsity having a hard time. It's going to be a long three by Jean, and it is no good. Rebound goes to Prairieville. But you know this Prairieville team, seeing all these freshmen on this team, you know that in the next couple of years they're going to start putting some things together. Armstrong will take a long three. The arch is off the mark. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets, quickly going all the way. Dorsey under the basket, gets the pass, puts it up and in for two. 40-21 Yellow Jackets.
That's 6 second quarter points for Dorsey.
There's going to be a turnover now. That is going to be Jean. Jean's going to go for the dunk, and he does. Slam down, Jean Goldman.
Was it Jean or Sean that missed the one earlier? I'm laughing. I was thinking it was his brother, so he was going to show his brother how to get it done.
Timeout on the court. We will take it with him as well. 42-21, Yellow Jackets lead. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball after that timeout there by Prairieville. It is 42-21. Yellow Jackets leading over the Hurricanes. 2:35 left here in the second.
2 Brenton Paul touchdown runs have us up 42-21 now.
Mitch, like me, is messing up. I mean,
42-21. That's football score.
That is definitely
just like 28-14 at the end of the first quarter was.
From the top, we've got Chris Gaines checked in now for the Yellow Jackets. It is going to be Pusho. Pusho now driving in the lane. We'll kick it out to Gaines. Gaines will work it around to the top, gets it over to Dorsey. Dorsey on the right corner, over to Pusho now on the left. It is 2 Gaines. Gaines is going to drive it in. Takes a mid-range jumper that is going to be blocked, and it is going to be a whistle. What do we got over the back there?
No, it's going to be
push.
on Gaines, yeah.
Push on Gaines.
Yep,
Yep.
Gaines reaching for the steal. It'd be easy to say don't reach and pick up a cheap foul that far away from the other team's goal, but we've got about 5 steals that way tonight. So like we said earlier, sometimes you live with a quick bucket on the other end or a cheap foul because in the long run, it's helping us out.
Sanders shoots a 3 from the corner. It is no good. Now going away. A nice no-look pass right there. Sean Goldman to the brother Jean, and he puts it in. What a move, huh? Going off the backboard now on the other side now. The putback rolls out. My goodness, that was by Turner. And, wow, I mean, hey, how about the pass there from
Sean,
Sean to Jean?
We keep saying that he's going to find the open man, especially when it's his brother. They've got that twin telepathy going.
Here is Jean from the corner now. Shoots a 3. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Yellow Jackets 47, Prairieville 21 now. Minute 14 left here in this first half. Down in the low post is Matthews. He puts it off the backboard and in for 2. 47-23. Pusho now from the left wing. Being pressured, gets it up top to Dorsey. Dorsey back over to Pusho. Pusho works it around, loses momentarily, gets it back, gets it to Dorsey at the top. Dorsey going to take a 3, and it is off the rim, no good. Rebound goes to Ethan Smith of the Hurricanes. 40 seconds left here till the half. Smith driving it now. Will take a mid-range jumper. Air ball, no good. Goes off of Denham Springs, and it will stay with Prairieville.
I'm just chuckling at our Yellow Jacket defense. It's almost see ball, get ball, because every defender out there, if they see someone dribbling with the ball anywhere near them, they're swiping at it, trying to knock it loose.
But you know one thing I didn't forget sitting here in this Jacket gym is how uncomfortable these bleachers are.
They do not have cushion seats.
There isn't, yeah.
I do. Whereas in our luxurious Hornsby gym, we have nice folding chairs that we're able to sit in comfortably when we have the table set up top.
Inbounds pass by the Hurricanes underneath is no good, but they somehow put the putback in. And
Bryce Sanders got the putback. Yep,
47-25. The Yellow Jackets with the lead here. So yeah, these bleachers are colder and harder than your ex-mother-in-law's heart. I heard that somewhere. I can't take it. I can't take full credit of it. Maybe that was the Bob Euchre. Bob Euchre saying, who knows?
Well, we've got Trump impressions. Now we've got Bob Euchre impressions going on.
I mean, let's just keep on.
Keep it going.
One thing that's a no-go is no John Fine impressions. All right, so we had the timeout on the court there with 24 seconds left. Coming up, it'll be the halftime report. We'll kind of look back to those first half stats and get you ready for second half action here from the Jacket Gym. 20 seconds left here, 47-25, Yellow Jackets lead. Looks like Yellow Jackets going to keep it for the last shot here. That is Sean working it in between the circles. We'll get it underneath the basket to Dorsey, and Dorsey is going to be fouled, and he will go to the free throw line for 2.
Never a bad idea when you're holding it for the last shot to get the ball in the hands of Sean Goldman, because he's going to keep his eyes up the floor, and if someone gets a backdoor cut like we just saw right there by Dorsey, Sean's going to feed him and get a chance for a bucket.
Fouls on Bryce Sanders for Prairieville. First free throw is up, nothing but net. 48-25, the Yellow Jackets lead. Second free throw is up, and it is good. Free throw line is a friend of the Yellow Jackets here tonight. Of course, showing that pressure as we saw him last week. Here's the last second shot off the backboard. Does hit the rim, but it is no good. And that will send us to the half with a score of 49-25. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Stay with us. We are back with the halftime report after this timeout. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
Bank Plus makes it easier to bank.
With extended drive-through hours plus 24/7 online and mobile banking, we're here when you need us. Lost your debit card? Get a new one instantly at any Bank Plus location. No waiting for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
Von Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Von Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Von Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs, with locations in Hammond and Amy.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience. With Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Welcome back in. It is the halftime report here from the Jacket Gym. The Yellow Jackets and the Hurricanes. 49-25 is the halftime score. As always, we come to you live on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the web at johnfineproductions.com, and streaming live on YouTube. That's at DS Jacket Vision. And as always, all one word, at DS Jacket Vision. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. It helps us out, helps you stay informed with what is going on here as things do change sometimes, whether it be a venue, a game time, this or that. We've got it all covered for you. So if you're subscribed there, you'll get to get those updates as we get them as well. So again, if you feel like hitting the like button as well, please do that. And if you feel like getting involved in the chat, please do that as well. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Great to have you along with us. Really hard to find.
We need some interaction in the chat.
We
need
do.
Some,
we do.
Hear what you're thinking at home.
Darren needs something to do over here. Because he has nothing else to do. So Mitch, really hard to find anything that the Yellow Jackets did wrong there in that first half. Obviously, some really good ball movement. We always talk about the defense.
I don't know,
that
man.
they play.
I'm disappointed. We were on pace for 100 after the first quarter, and we slightly fell below it. So not at 50 points at the halfway mark. So if you want to be disappointed, I want to see 100 tonight.
All right. So throw us some of those stats. Speaking of that, almost to 100. Throw us some of those stats there from that first half, if you could, Mitch.
All right. Just scoring leaders for the Jackets going through, starting Chris Pouchot, senior Chris Pouchot, playing tonight on senior night. As far as he normally does play, but just they had the ceremony before the game today. Chris Pouchot with 2 points. Larry Gayran, also another senior, 4 points. Sean Goldman with just 4 points, but really 8, 9, 10 assists at least, somewhere in that area. Did a great job dishing the basketball around. Trey Dorsey, 8 second quarter points for the Jackets. That gives us to Sean Goldman with 9 points. Jermaine O'Connor with 10 points. And then leading scorer for the first half of the Jackets, Jeremy Williams, who got all of his action in the first quarter, 12 points in the first quarter, and the leading scorer at the break for the Yellow Jackets.
All right, so obviously when you look at what is going to happen here in the second half, if this thing continues to go the way it is, you expect to see a lot of your other seniors come in. You expect to see some of your other younger guys who aren't starting to come in. So could see a big number of different players coming in for the Yellow Jackets in the second half. But, Mitch, nonetheless, what you got to do is come out here. Coach Cav's not going to take his foot off the gas one bit. It's going to be pedal to the metal all the way until he decides to back it off a little bit, and doing it in a classy way and like getting these guys ready and understanding they've got 2 regular season games left, and then the march to the playoffs is there, and then your march to Lake Charles begins. So,
as you said, you don't want to take your foot off the gas. You want to come out, make sure you keep the game out of reach in this third quarter, because you would like probably in the fourth quarter to be able to sit a few of your starters, maybe your first 5 or 6 players, knowing that the playoffs are right around the corner. So you'd like to get a little bit of rest for those guys, keep them out of harm's way if you can. So to do that, you got to come out, keep your foot on the gas, as you mentioned, extend your lead a little bit, and then work that bench. And some of those seniors that didn't start and hadn't been in the game a lot in the first quarter can get in there, as well as some of the younger guys who need that varsity experience. And those guys are going to love to get in a varsity game and try and get some buckets themselves.
All right, we will take our final timeout. When we come back, it'll be second half action from the Jacket Gym, Denham Springs, Prairieville. Back after this, it is the halftime report on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision are brought to you in part by Dr. Chip Bankston and Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, You Safe and Lock, Safe Voyage Tattoo, David Azar Shelter Insurance Company, Liberty Auto Sales, the Law Office of Ivy Graham, 5 Star Printing, now located next to Big Mike's, and Sport Clips. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
Welcome back in. Yellow Jackets basketball just underway here. Second half action from the Jacket Gym. It was Sean Goldman with the put in underneath the basket right there for Denham Springs.
Just like on the football field, the Sean Goldman pass that led to a bucket.
Wow.
Quarterback Goldman to receiver Goldman. It's been receiver Goldman making all the assists tonight. But not that time.
It will be Sean from baseline underneath the basket. He will get it out to Gayron, and Gayron will work it in between the circles now. 51-25, Yellow Jackets lead. Gayron from the corner will get it over to Jean. Jean in the corner, goes underneath the basket, put in by Jermaine O'Connor.
Another assist for Sean Goldman. When he gets the ball in the middle of the lane, we're going to have guys collapsing to the goal. The defense is trying to collapse to him. He's going to find the open man.
Nice little floater just around the free throw line is Collins for Prairieville. Now going quickly the other way. That is going to be an easy put-in right there by Williams. 55-27, Yellow Jackets lead. Collins now will break the press to Armstrong. Armstrong going to shoot a 3, rims out, no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets. That is Sean with the rebound, taking it. Nice pass from the lane to Larry Gayron and puts it in for 2, 57-27. Jackets with the lead. Loose ball now is going to be tapped inbound. Rather, it'll stay in bounds for the Yellow Jackets now, and Sean will pass it. It goes over to O'Connor in the corner, and O'Connor will get it to Gayron, who works it at the top now. In between the circles, over to Jean. Jean back over to Gayron, shoots a 3, front iron no good. Rebound goes to Sean. Sean tries to put the put back in. It is off the backboard and rim, no good. Third attempt by the Yellow Jackets finally goes in. I believe that is Williams. That is going to get the basket. What was that, the 4th chance opportunity on that one?
We had third at least. Several looks at it.
59-27. Jackets with the lead here.
You know, Prairieville player Ethan Smith, post player down low, he makes it tough. He affects a lot of shots. He had a block right out the start the half, and we were trying to maneuver the ball around him and couldn't get in the bucket.
A little stutter step right there by Armstrong. He will shoot a long 2 to get Prairieville their first points of the half. No, excuse me, 4th. Here is Sean driving the lane, and nice move to the left side, puts it in for 2. 61-29, Jackets lead. Under the basket now, trying to get it to Matthews. The ball will go out
the
of bounds.
success rate today on our offensive sets when we've gotten the ball to Sean Goldman in the lane, I mean, we've got to be getting a bucket about 80% of the time, whether it's him taking it to the goal like he just did and putting it in, or letting the defense collapse to him and then dishing to an open man. When he gets in the lane, like I said, we're probably 75-80% getting a bucket tonight.
Yellow Jackets now will work it from the top with O'Connor. That is Jermaine. Jermaine going to drive it in the lane, loses it momentarily, gets it back. It is now going to be kicked out to Gayron. He will drive the lane, kicks it out to Jean, who shoots a three. It rims out, no good. Rebound to the Hurricanes. That is Hudson Toops with the rebound. Toops over in the corner to Matthews. He shoots a three, and it is good.
And Prairieville's still fighting now. They've getting beaten the press a couple times, getting a couple good looks from the three-point line.
There's a three-pointer by Williams now from the right corner. It is no good. Second opportunity is no good. Now under the basket, that is going to be O'Connor who puts it in for two and extends the lead to 63-32.
Starting to rack up the second chance points now. Or as we mentioned a while ago, a third, fourth try sometimes. Getting hard on the offensive glass, the Jackets are.
Out of bounds on the Hurricanes there. We'll give the ball to Denham Springs with 4:12 left here in the third period. Seeing some substitutions now here for Prairieville. We'll try to get those in for you as we get them as well.
And as we were talking about coming out of the second half, we went back with our starting five. They're playing strong here. And like I said, I think we'd like to finish putting this one away here in the third quarter and let a lot of these guys get some rest and keep them safe in the fourth quarter.
Sean drives the baseline, tries to put it up for two. It is no good. Now the rebound is going to go to Jean, and Jean gives it to Williams under the basket, and it is good for two, 65-32. Denham Springs with a comfortable lead here on a Friday night from the Jacket Gym. There's a shot right there by Sanders. It is no good off the rim. It is rebounded to Denham Springs. Going to be a charge on Larry Gayron.
You know, you were talking about earlier tonight, the condition these guys must be in, but I was mentioning, man, in their AAU tournaments, they're going to go out, they're going to play 2-3 games or so on Saturday, another 3 or 4 games sometimes on Sundays. Those guys play a lot of basketball on the weekends, and, you know, one game up and down the floor isn't too much for them at all.
It does not seem to be. Pressure by the Denham Springs. Prairieville able to handle it this time. We've got a timeout on the court. Prairieville will take it. 3:16 left in the third. 65-32 Yellow Jackets with the lead. We are back after this. It is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is your one-stop shop in Denham Springs for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson is ready to help. Visit betterwithbrandy.net for your surprisingly great rates today. Brandy Robertson, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball. It is on Family Radio 91.9 FM. It is on the web at johnfineproductions.com. It is streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. Please hit that subscribe button and remind you that tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mushon and Associate General Contractors and the Bee's Knees Children's Boutique.
I see our district champion girls coach, Rudy Smith, has made it back and is here watching the boys play the second half.
Oh, I see him now, yep. Ooh, backcourt violation right there by Prairieville. Thought he tiptoed that line there, and it was Dylan Everett with the turnover. It will go to the Yellow Jackets. 3:10 left here in the third. It is a 65-32 advantage for Denham Springs. From the top is Jermaine O'Connor. Kicks it out to Sean, who gets it over, Jean to Sean, and Sean will take a three, and it is no good. Ball will go out of bounds, and it will go to Prairieville.
Just kind of at a loss of what to say. A little air ball right there, and wasn't expecting that. At least draw some rim, right?
And get the substitution card ready, Mitch. Here it comes for the Yellow Jackets. Throwing it down for the dunk, Jermaine O'Connor. 67-32, Yellow Jackets with the lead.
I believe we're now at a running clock. I think I just saw the referee signal that.
It sure is, yeah.
I'm thinking 35 points means a running clock. Didn't have that when I was playing high school, but I know it's in junior high, but I just noticed the referee, Mike Summers, as we mentioned earlier, longtime veteran ref. He was reffing definitely when I was playing ball. So running clock here the rest of the game.
All right, so that will send in some substitutions for the Yellow Jackets. Walking the ball up the court now is Trey Dorsey. Dorsey will get it over to Gaines. Gaines from the top, that is to Gayron. Gayron goes back door underneath the basket. Chris Pouchot up and in for two. My favorite play.
The flex offense right there. We got the ball up at the top of the key, and then Gayron was able to find Pouchot on the backdoor cut. 2 points.
69-32, Yellow Jackets with the lead. We are now in running clock. As mentioned before, that is going to be Pouchot with the rebound after the three-pointer by Warner for Prairieville. Dorsey from the top gets it over to the left to Gayron. Gayron goes underneath to Rankin, and Rankin will put it in for two. 71-32, Yellow Jackets lead. Minute 33 left here in the third. Some nice pressure here by the Yellow Jackets. That is Gaines for Denham Springs, and it is now Collins handling the ball for Prairieville. Going to take a three-pointer from the football stadium. It is no good. Dorsey going the other way now, going to drive it, takes it baseline, puts it up, no good. Rebound to the Hurricanes. Hurricanes pushing it at the other side now. That is Johnson with the ball. Gets it underneath the basket to Toops. And we've got a timeout on the court with 1 minute left exactly in the third. We'll take it with them as well. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small-town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and On-Gel.
Your local sporting goods store in Livingston Parish for over 40 years is Sportin' Center. Sportin' Center has all of your Denham Springs and surrounding school shirts, caps, clothing, and fan gear. Plus, Sportin' Center has all of your brand names like Adidas and Russell Athletic. And Sportin' Center offers one-on-one customer service. Sportin' Center does in-house monogramming, screen printing, and laser engraving. And they can handle all of your advertising, promotional, and sign shop needs. Sportin' Center, 205 South Range in Denham Springs.
It's Yellow Jackets basketball. It is 71-34. Yellow Jackets with the lead over the Hurricanes of Prairieville. It is 1 minute exactly left here in the third of what will be a pretty quick fourth period for us here, Mitch.
Yeah, we're not going to get to 100 with that running clock.
Nope, don't believe so. Yellow Jackets now working it on their side of the court. That is Gayron. Gayron gets it over to Dorsey. Dorsey takes a long arching three, and it is good. 74-34 Yellow Jackets. It's going to be Armstrong from the top. Going to drive it in. He's going to be tripped up. Ball is loose. It will go to Denham Springs. Yellow Jackets quickly going to the other side now. Gayron going to go to the corner to shoot a three. It is an air ball. Going to be out of bounds on Dorsey as he was trying to save it underneath the goal on the baseline, and it will be a turnover. And it will go to the Hurricanes.
You know, when I was playing, we got to 100 points, probably by about the third game of the season, maybe 40 in game one and 37 in game two and another 35 or so in game three. We would have got us there.
I remember a 100-point game in the playoff. Denham Springs, 100. Macadam Central, 70-something in a playoff game. It was when Taz and Mitchell was
Let's
here.
talk about that when we get back.
We'll do. All right, we will take a we'll do it for the third here from the Jacket Gym at a 74-34. Yellow Jackets with the lead. Back after this, it's Yellow Jackets basketball.
With Bank Plus, your account is always just a tap away. Bank anywhere, anytime with free Bank Plus mobile banking. Pay bills, transfer funds, and check your account day or night with the Bank Plus mobile app. Deposit checks with the snap of a photo. Keep tabs on your account with transaction alerts. Lost your debit card? Disable it instantly from your smartphone. Then, turn it back on when you find it. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill has it going on. Big Mike's has burgers, steaks, seafood, pizza, salad, sides, and desserts, 37 TVs, and Big Mike's is open late after the games. Live music on the weekends, Locally owned and operated by Denham Springs High School graduate Big Mike O'Neill. Check out the Denham Springs Athletics Hall of Fame at Big Mike's. Big Mike's Sports Bar and Grill, 123 Ascom Square in Denham, or delivery through Waiter or Grubhub.
As we welcome back into Yellow Jackets basketball as we head to the fourth here from the Jacket Gym, 74-34. Yellow Jackets with the lead here over Prairieville. There'll be a running clock here for the fourth, Mitch, so...
and get your roster ready. Got a few subs in the game right now.
Quite a few. But we will get them. We've actually, I think we've done a good job tonight on keeping up with all that. Or helping me
see
stay
Tanner
straight.
Kerner in there. He wants to return a punt back for a touchdown.
That's right. Here's a turnover by the Yellow Jackets. Dorsey's going to give it up to Gaines. Gaines puts it up and in for 76-34.
Gaines with a big smile after he finished that layup.
I know. I think he looked at Dorsey and said, thank you. Thanks. Because Dorsey, I think he thought about taking it now. A rainbow arching three by Nigel Turner for Prairieville is no good. Rebound goes to the Yellow Jackets, and then a pass out of bounds. That will go off the fingertips of Chris Gaines.
Chris Gaines, one of your Jacket seniors, and as we mentioned before, probably has a big crowd here tonight to celebrate this senior night ceremony before the game with him, and so good to see him getting some points on the board.
76-34, Yellow Jackets with the lead. From the top is going to be Turner. Turner being pressured, going to be a turnover. It's going to go out of bounds, but it will stay with Prairieville. Let's see, Hudson Toops will check in for Ethan Smith. Inbound on the far corner is Jalen Collins, who will get it over to Turner, who gives it back to Collins. Now to Turner on the right side, gets to the top. Going to drive it in, drives it into the paint, looking for the foul, and he will get it. He will get two shots. So as he goes to the free throw line, we will take a timeout there as it is running clock here from the Jacket Gym. We are back after this quick timeout. It's Yellow Jackets basketball.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
All right, as we had stepped away there, the two free throws by Prairieville was no good. Then Garris Rankin. Garris Rankin gets in, and he gets a bucket for two as an easy layup down underneath the basket. Seeing our boy Tanner Kerner out there on the court now playing some defense, and he gets faked and goes on his back end. Got the Prairieville side excited on that one. A little juke there, no doubt, but good defense that Tanner Kerner was playing.
Checking in the game, Jalen Williams, a freshman, so a guy Coach Cab's really high on. Brought him up to varsity a couple nights ago, and looking for some good things in the future out of him.
Pressure now by the Yellow Jackets as Prairieville working on their side of the court, making a couple of moves is going to be Turner for Prairieville, and there's going to be a foul that's going to be on Garris Rankin.
You know, I haven't seen Jalen Williams play any basketball yet, but I do believe I saw him play freshman football, and good-looking athlete out there, two-sport player for the Yellow Jackets, and I know we're going to hear his name a lot over the next 3 years.
Well, all I can say is after last week's little snafu on the roster, I'm glad that Coach Cab, and God bless him, he sent me an email. He said, I'm really sorry about this. We did an update. I sent you, anyway.
Signed a couple players off the waiver wire, I believe. Carter Wickwire, another one that came into the game, was looking for him last week. Didn't have his name on the roster, but both he and Jalen are now dressing varsity and both in the game at the moment.
Free throw is good right there, and it is 78-36. Yellow Jackets with the lead as we now have 4:10 left in the fourth. It is Pouchot from the left side. We'll get it down in the corner over to Williams. Williams will take a long three, nails it.
The freshman
Jalen
gets
Williams,
in and knocks it down.
Feeling it. Hey, senior night, y'all sit down. Let me in.
Let the young guys show you what the future is going to be like.
You did your job. Now let me go show you what's coming up. Prairieville now with a long three by Collins is no good. Rebound will be grabbed by the Yellow Jackets. Jackets push it the other way now. Ball's going to come loose, and it will be a turnover.
Just going to say what is exciting to see. You mentioned before the game, talking about like taking trips and building camaraderie among all your teammates and all, but to see a lot of your main starters and top 6, 7 players on the bench right now, they're into it, they're clapping, they're pulling for the guys out there on the floor. A lot of guys having a good time. You like to see that. They're not over there just goofing off and turning around waving at people in the crowd. They're into the game and want their teammates to have a lot of success when they're in the game.
Jalen Collins with another long three-pointer. That one wasn't quite from the football stadium. Maybe
he
the
got a little bit closer.
Yeah. But it is good nonetheless. 81-39 Prairieville. Trailing the Yellow Jackets now a three on the far corner by Rankin, and it is no good, and it is going to go to Prairieville. So just some shots being chunked up here. Got a timeout on the court with 2:48 left in the fourth, and we will take it with them as well. Back after this, it is Yellow Jackets basketball.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston. The #1 choice in cleanup and restoration is Serve Pro of Livingston. Whether it's water damage, fire damage, mold, storm, or construction issues, let the highly trained professionals at Serve Pro of Livingston clean and restore your property and make it like it never happened. Serve Pro of Livingston is prepared for just about anything and is open 24/7, so Serve Pro is faster to any disaster. Serve Pro of Livingston, Florida Boulevard, Denham Springs. Soon to be at the old Albertsons. Fire and water, cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro of Livingston.
Welcome back in. It is Yellow Jackets basketball. It is 81-39. Yellow Jackets with the lead. 2:26 left here in the game here from the Jacket Gym.
You know, senior Chris Pusho with the ball. I mentioned before his mother, Trista Strain, graduated and was a three-sport athlete at Denham Springs High School. Carter Wickwire in the game. His dad, also a basketball player for Coach John Watson back in the day. And so a lot of second-generation Jackets out there.
We saw a three-pointer right there by Garris Rankin from the corner. And Rankin's wanting to get in on the action there. He's taking a few from that deep corner over there. Just hasn't made one yet. But with 1:45, his time is waning. Prairieville now will take a free throw jumper. That is by Collins. That is no good. Going the other way now. That is going to be Williams. Williams drives it. No good. Going to be rebounded by the Yellow Jackets. That is Gaines. Gaines will get it kicked back out to Pusho. Pusho going to take him a long three. It is off the iron, no good. Rebound will go to Prairieville with 1:20 here and an 81-39 lead for the Yellow Jackets. Prairieville trying to work that alley-oop right now.
They won't Kingston Matthews to get a dunk.
Pusho trying to go for the alley-oop. This has turned into a backyard game. Now here's a dunk by Kingston Matthews for Prairieville.
That was a lot of work to get Kingston Matthews a dunk.
81-41, Pusho with the ball now. We'll send it up to Jalen Williams at the top. Three-pointer from Chris Gaines is no good, and it will go to Prairieville's clock runs with 48 seconds.
A lot of smiles right now on both benches. The Prairieville bench is fired up for the dunk on their end. The Jacket bench is fired up for the guys on our side as well.
Long three-pointer by Nigel Turner, the freshman for Prairieville, and it is good. And with 35 seconds left, it is an 81-44 ball game here from the Jacket Gym. If you're not having fun on this one, Mitch, I don't know what you're doing. Rankin now gets it over to the corner to Pusho. Pusho just going to take a mid-range jumper, bounces around the rim. It is no good. Rebound goes to Prairieville. Prairieville got something up their sleeve. It is going to be a put-in right there by Kingston Matthews. And it is 81-46 with 10 seconds left. Pusho just going to pull it out, hold on to it, pass it over to Gaines. Gaines will hold it as the clock hits zeros. And now takes a meaningless long three-pointer, and that will do it here. Yellow Jackets
That's the gentleman's three-pointer.
That is a Bank Plus win, and knowing that you can you can win by visiting Bank Plus for all of your personal and business financial needs. That's Bank Plus, 822 South Range Avenue in Denham Springs with that 81-46 win for the Jackets. It is our 8+ win, and we will take a timeout. When we come back, we will head to the post-game wrap-up here from the Jacket Gym on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Duke Seafood and Steakhouse, Brandon Rishu with Smart Move Real Estate, Livingston Parish Clerk of Court Jason Harris, Hunt's Tire Pros and Car Care, Coconut Willie's Daiquiris, Denspree, Shea Landry Closing Attorney, Milestone Title, L. King Company, and Triton Outpatient Clinic. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
For all your flooring and carpet needs, it's Floor Store Carpet One. At Floor Store Carpet One, they offer prompt, quality personal service. They'll take care of you right away. The Floor Store Carpet One has an extensive product line: wood, carpet, plastic laminate, ceramic tile, natural stone, countertops, and showers. The Floor Store Carpet One also carries luxury vinyl tile, which many customers rave about, serving the community since 1984. The Floor Store Carpet One, 1/2 mile from the Amite River Bridge on Florida in Denham Springs.
If you're a small business owner in the Denham Springs area, think about everything you need to help your business succeed. You need a plan, happy customers, steady cash flow, and an insurance agent that gets you. State Farm agent Brandy Robertson runs a small business in the Denham Springs community area too, and she understands the unique needs of local business owners. She will make it easy to choose the right protection at the right price, because one thing you don't need is insurance stress. Call State Farm agent Brandy Robertson for your small business needs. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment, or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
No pain, no gain might apply to football, but not your teeth. If you have toothache pain, gain relief with Dr. Michael Sharola. Emergencies are seen the same day. Dr. Sharola and his staff treat all phases of dentistry, including Zoom whitening procedures. Michael Sharola was an all-state Denham football and baseball player, and you'll feel all world by visiting him. Call 665-3100 or visit Dr. Sharola in Watson next to the post office.
You are our first priority at Innovative Audio. Innovative Audio offers the very best selection of mobile audio and video, window tint, and vehicle security. Innovative Audio installation and tinting is the finest in the industry. And Innovative Audio's work comes with lifetime warranties on all audio, video, and tint installations. Most importantly, Innovative Audio specializes in serving you. You are our first priority at Innovative Audio, 1400 South Range, Denham Springs. Visit us on Facebook.
So welcome back in. Post-game wrap-up here from the Jacket Gym. Josh Ward alongside Mitch Covington. Thank you all for who have joined us here tonight. Obviously a pretty lopsided one there for the contest here tonight, but kind of to be expected a little bit with knowing what Prairieville was coming in with. You know they were going to fight hard. You saw that all the way to the end, so hats off to them. You know, Mitch, I just wonder what it's like for a team to go through starting from scrap like that. Talking to Coach Mike Schmidt during football season, you know, he talked about how you have to order everything from from the start, practice jerseys to helmets to shoulder pads, a lot of things that a lot of coaches walk into programs that already have those things, and you kind of build on those. But starting from the ground up, obviously Coach Andrew Mattins in his first year with Prairieville having to do the same thing. So no easy task, but they seem to be handling it as good as they can. And you know, it's easy to just shut it down at times, but they seem to continue to stay out there and fight. So in knowing what they're going through, I feel important to just give a little shout out to them for staying the course.
Well, they do, and I believe they've kind of basketball-wise gotten off to a little bit better start than the football team has. You know, they do have 9 wins on the year, and you could see them out there. Like I said, it was good in the fourth quarter. There was still a lot of smiles on both sides of the floor. Those guys are still having fun. You know, that's the main reason at the end of the day you do play is you enjoy it and you want to have a good time out there. And with so many young players at Prairieville, freshmen and sophomores, you don't want to just get beat down game after game. So they're keeping it fun, keeping it fresh. fresh and, hoping to build so that next year, and if not next year, definitely 2 years down the road, they'll be a lot more competitive and competing for playoff spots and, maybe competing for district titles. Who knows?
Well, you saw just how many freshmen they played, so they're very young, but they're going to be coming up, and as you said, in a couple of years, I look for Prairieville, just being where they're located and how Ascension Parish does it, to start making some moves and being competitive in this District 5-5A race. So obviously, Mitch, 81-46 the final here. Yellow Jackets now improved to 25-3 on the season. They're 5-1 in district play. Obviously, if somebody could beat East Ascension for us, we would love that. But nonetheless, Yellow Jackets with a nice win here tonight as they continue to march on. Again, they have 2 games left. They will be at Walker on Tuesday. Then they finish up the regular season here from the Jacket Gym. We will be with you for that at 6:15 for that one, and it will be against the Santa Maria Gators. So as we get ready for that one. But then again on Thursday night is when we will have Coach Rudy Smith and the Lady Jackets starting out their playoff march. So a lot going on here to keep up with, Mitch.
So we're going to be back-to-back nights, right?
Thursday
and Friday?
Yes. I'm just going to come stay at your house.
Hey,
instead of going home Thursday, I'm just stay at your house.
You can do that. You're welcome. And then bring a cushioned seat so you won't have to complain about the hard bleachers.
I did not think about that. 2 nights in a row of having to sit in this thing. My goodness. Maybe Coach Smith will find us another place to play here. All right, Mitch, I see Coach Cab getting ready, so we're going to go ahead and take a timeout here so we can get Coach Cab. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, head coach Kevin Caballero will join me here in the booth. Stay with us. We're back after this. It's Yellow Jackets basketball.
Physical Therapy is excited to announce the opening of our newest clinic location in Watson. We are located at 32871 Highway 16 at the corner of Amy Church Road and Highway 16. And don't forget about our Denham Springs Clinic located at 145 Aston Square next to Spectrum Fitness Club. At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete and everyone.
Count on it at Smith Accounting Services. Randy Smith and his staff have decades of accounting experience. With Randy along with Mickey McMorris and a terrific staff, Smith Accounting Services can handle all of your accounting needs. Personal taxes, computerized payroll services, corporate income tax, business taxes, bookkeeping. And when their quality work is done, you can count on Randy Smith to reminisce about Yellow Jackets athletics. Smith Accounting Services, 277 East Railroad, Denham Springs.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Personal injury?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Auto accidents?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Workers' compensation?
Boyer, Abear, and Angel. One law firm can handle all of your legal needs, and you don't have to fight big city traffic to find them. Mark Boyer, Dominic Amato, Lucas Schenk, and Allison Costanza have a team of 12 attorneys ready to assist you. The lawyers at Boyer, Abear, and Angel have invaluable experience that allows them to provide expert legal counsel that's professional, prompt, and productive. Small town values, big city results. Boyer, Abear, and Angel.
Denham Springs High School broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision, are brought to you in part by Cypress Pharmacy, BJ Pawn and Gun, Sport Clips, Forest Grove Plantation, MODAD 1 Individual Sewage Treatment System, Livingston Parish Assessor Jeff Taylor, KOA Campground, and Brian Ross, owner, OK Computers and Auto Sales. We thank you for your support and patronage of these local businesses.
Since 1898, the Livingston Parish News, an award-winning media outlet, has served as the news source for our community. The Livingston Parish News is available in print and online at www.livingstonparishnews.com. For complete and comprehensive coverage of what is making news in Livingston Parish, as well as Livingston Parish sports, we have you covered. Opinions, politics, lifestyle, and the arts. No matter how big or small the story, the Livingston Parish News is your source for community news in our parish. Serving Livingston Parish for more than 120 years, it's the Livingston Parish News.
As we welcome back in here to the post-game wrap-up from the Jacket Gym, it is 81-46, the final here. Yellow Jackets with the win over the Prairieville Hurricanes. Yellow Jackets now 25-3 overall, 5-1 in district play. Josh Ward alongside head coach of the Yellow Jackets, Coach Cab. Coach, congratulations, great win here tonight. It was hard to find anything that you guys did wrong, just a clean night. You came out, as you usually do, very aggressively. You got some good early stops, some great ball movement. I mean, the first quarter alone, alone was just outstanding ball play.
Yeah, we came out with a lot of energy. We challenged the guys. I didn't think against, in our previous game against Dutchtown that we really came out well. But, they chunked in a couple of shots and kept it close there early. So it was a good quarter.
Very good. Obviously, at the half, you're up big there, 49-25. So at the half, you kind of knew that you would maybe have an opportunity in this one in the second half to get some of your younger guys in, some of your seniors who aren't starting. It is senior night here for the Yellow Jackets. So at halftime, what was your message to the team coming out for the second half?
Well, one thing we have done pretty well this year is we've started well in the third quarter, and we asked them, get out there and regardless of what score, one of the things we say, don't play the scoreboard, and they came out with some energy then again, and it ended up being a fun night.
It was a very fun night. We were actually sitting here. I think I told Mitch, I said, if you're not having fun in this one right now, you're just not enjoying yourself, because you saw those younger guys do get to come in, and they're taking some of the shots, and then Prairieville's trying to work the alley-oop down here. You end up getting the slam dunk down here. I mean, the end of it, you got the running clock because of the score, but just a fun night here on senior night. Talk about the senior group for this program, though.
Well, we've got a good group of seniors. They've had, thankfully, had some opportunities to play. And if you notice, what I really like about it is when they're out there, those guys that play a lot of minutes are on that bench, encouraging. And, hats off to Prairieville. I mean, they got a bunch of young guys, their first year, and Coach calling timeout, drawing up plays. His kids are jumping up on the bench. I told him after the game, the score may not reflect it game by game, but they're winning. I mean, they're winning, and it's going to come around for them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you're just looking down their roster before I was getting ready for this one, just freshman, sophomore, junior. I mean, they have a couple of seniors, and one started for them. Outside of that, I think it was 3 freshmen, a sophomore, and a senior on the floor. I mean, that's a tough thing to do in this district.
And he got a lot of numbers, too. Yes. I mean, he's fielding a freshman team with a bunch of numbers, and he's got those guys, and not a lot of them playing both ways, JV, freshmen, and then even some in the varsity. So, I mean, he may be ending up short on the scoreboard, but he's coaching them. He coached them to the end, and that's what I told him. You guys are winning, and you're going to be fine.
What is the relationship with you and your other coaches in this district? Because you become so familiar with each other. I mean, you become pretty tight-knit. You get to know these coaches on a personal level outside of this, and it makes for a fun district. I know that. I remember back when we were here and we had some of those rivalries with Woodlawn and all that. And I remember that because Coach Kenny Allman was here yet again tonight. So just seeing that brought up some of those memories of those the camaraderie that you have within your district coaches.
Yeah, it's their first year, but I've known Coach since he was an assistant with Joe Spencer over at U High. And yeah, it is. I mean, we go to Walker on Tuesday, and Coach Ski Rose kind of had his way with us here, the past several years. And so, but it'll be good to see him, and, and then we'll meet up at the end there. And, it's kind of, almost like a fraternity coaching and stuff. Yeah. And you learn from them. And Coach Allman, he and I are extremely close. A lot of people don't know one of the reasons I'm here at Denham Springs is because of Coach Allman. And he's close to our players, and it's good to see him any night that he can get out.
Yep, always good to see a legend coach like that here in the house. As you put a bow on this one and wrap this one up, looking forward to next week. Obviously, Walker on Tuesday, wrap up the regular season here against Santa Ma. So what are you looking for next week going forward as you finish out this regular season? A fantastic regular season.
You take them one at a time, but we kind of set a little goal there after Live Oak. We knew we had 4 left, and we wanted to try to win them all, and you got to win them one at a time. And of course, Walker's still Walker. He's not having the year that he's had in the past, but I mean that's been such a good year. He's in the top 28, but they're still. If we go in there, they have their way. They beat Live Oak at Walker. And Santa Ma is going to be tough. They always are tough. Coach Uzi and them do a wonderful job over there. So it's going to be a tough week for us, but, we're looking forward to the challenge.
We all seem to be playing loose. You seem to be playing focused. It seems like everything is kind of building towards that playoff time where you want to be having all those things clicking right, and it seems to be going that way right now.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, so we want to finish well. And then you start, season number 3. You got the first half, the second one after Christmas, and then the playoffs. So the kids are excited, and they've worked hard to get where they are right now.
Absolutely. I know y'all have as well. You and your staff doing a great job. So, Coach, we won't see you Tuesday. We'll see you here Friday against the Santa Maria Gators.
Okay, great. It'll be a big crowd.
Great job.
Thanks,
Coach Cav,
Josh.
the head coach of the Yellow Jackets. We will be back after this to wrap it up from the Jacket Gym on Yellow Jackets basketball.
Approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday. Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Edward Jones Financial Advisors Scott Landry and Sims White can help. Stop by their office at 179 Del Orleans. That's Scott Landry and Sims White at Edward Jones, 179 Del Orleans, right across from the post office. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Bond Roten Eye Clinic is your full-service eye care specialist. Dr. Hunter Bond and Dr. Chris Roten and their staff expertly handle all of your eye care needs. A former Jackets football player, Dr. Hunter Bond is proud to serve the Denham Springs community that gave so much to him. You can visit Bond Roten Eye Clinic at 222 Veterans Boulevard in Denham Springs or call 791-2020. That's Bond Roten Eye Clinic in Denham Springs with locations in Hammond and Ames.
Do you have a go-to doctor when you're sick? Now more than ever, having a primary care provider you know and trust is essential. It's time to put your health first and schedule a visit with a North Oaks primary care provider today. From annual checkups to health screenings and everything in between, our team of providers are ready to provide the care you need to stay healthy. Call 985-230-APPT today to schedule an appointment or schedule online at northoaks.org/PCP.
Hey, it's Max Sellers from Ralph Sellers Chevrolet. We're again excited to be a sponsor of the Denham Springs Fighting Yellow Jackets football team this year. We appreciate all the support from your community in our first few years in business, and we are excited about things to come. Whether it's a new or used car, truck, or SUV, award-winning service from our dedicated service and parts staff, or even an outstanding collision repair for your vehicle, Ralph Sellers Chevrolet wants to earn your business. From our Ralph Sellers Chevrolet dealership family to your school family, go Jackets!
Like it was never there, Louisiana Tree Pro is your tree care specialist, expertly handling tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, and storm cleanup with 24-hour emergency tree removal. And Louisiana Tree Pro does it the right way with properly licensed and insured professionals who will get the job done quickly and safely with a quality result. Their goal at Louisiana Tree Pro is to leave your property better than they found it. That's why their motto is, like it was never there. Denham Springs owned and operated by Doc Howard and Megan Fontenot Howard. That's Louisiana Tree Pro.
Demco believes that championing youth programs helps pave the way for a brighter future. From building the next generation of leaders with the Youth Cooperative Ambassador Program to giving students the chance to visit Washington, D.C. as part of the Rural Electric Youth Tour, our dedication is clear. At Demco, we power youth. Learn how you can participate at demco.org. That's demco.org.
Bert and Ernie here. I mean, I want to see if you were awake.
Better than Dumb and Dumber.
What's the other two guys from the Muppets that sit up in the balcony? And
yes, that's more fitting. We're the guys that sit up in the balcony and cut up the whole time.
All right, so it was 81-46, the final here for the Yellow Jackets over the Prairieville Hurricanes. It was Josh alongside Mitch. And so, Mitch, give us some of those final stats here for the Yellow Jackets. Obviously, a lot of people got involved in this one with the way the game went, but show us what you got in terms of final final stats.
Yeah, 10 players got in on the action tonight, and starting out with Chris Gaines, a senior, scoring 2 points tonight, and then a freshman, Jalen Williams, scoring 3 points, and then senior Chris Pucho with 4 points, senior Garris Rankin with 4 points, and then we move up the ladder. We got Larry Gayran, another senior, with 6 points, and then we had Sean Goldman with 8 points, and numerous assists, easily double-digit assists. I don't know how many. I'm not able to keep up with all that during the game, but he did a great job of passing the ball and moving around the offense and finding open players. Jean Goldman, 9 points. So Sean and Jean, both juniors. Jermaine O'Connor, junior player. Let's leave out Trey Dorsey. Trey Dorsey, sophomore, with 11 points. And then we had Jermaine O'Connor, a junior, with 16 points. And then our leading scorer tonight, Jeremy Williams, also a junior, with 18 points.
You know, the one stat that would be fun to see, and I think Coach Cab will probably provide it for us if we ask, is the turnovers and the steals that they had here tonight, because there was a period there where it was just steal, layup, steal, layup, steal. I mean,
and if you go back to last game with Dutchtown, the amount of steals tonight, and as combine that with the amount of steals last week, as I've said a couple times in the broadcast, every now and then we pick up a cheap foul, or every now and then we go for a steal and miss it and give up an easy layup. But over the long haul, we get more steals than not when we get after it like that.
All right, so that puts Yellow Jackets 25-3 overall. Now I'm going to tell on myself here. When I was talking to Coach Cab there, I said 5-1. What I meant to say is after next week, you should finish 5-1 in district play. So as of right now, they are 3-1. Prairieville falls to 9-17 overall in their season, 0-5 in district 5-5.
So you're saying we want to get to 5-1, and then we want to get to the Atlanta Falcons, 27-3. Is that what we want?
28-3.
Well, it was 28-3.
Yeah, 28-3.
Dang it! See, I thought I had something. It was right. 28-3. I blew it. My bad.
It's all right. Yeah.
We'll be 28-3 after the first round.
That's right. Yeah. There you go. All right. So as we do get ready for playoffs again, next Tuesday, the boys will be at Walker, and then they will wrap up the regular season here on Friday against the Santa Maria Gators. We will have that game with you for you as well. But what we will have before that is on Thursday, we will have Lady Jackets basketball. And again, that will be coming up at a time we don't know exactly yet. We anticipate that it'll probably start about 6 o'clock, so that will put us going on the air at 5:15. That is not confirmed yet. We will confirm it later on, and of course, waiting for the playoff brackets to come out to find out who the opponent is and exactly where they're going to play it. They decide to play here if they move it elsewhere. So Coach Rudy Smith was in the house tonight. I was going to tell you to grab him, but we've done enough here tonight. Again, talk about a fun one here tonight. Even Coach Cab said, man, that was fun, wasn't it? So
and like I said, a lot of fun. And when the starters are on the bench, a lot of times starters are on the bench and they get over there, clown around, goof off, not pay attention. But, you know, our first 6 or 7 players, when they were on the bench, they were as excited for the guys on the floor as those guys are when they're out there playing. And it was a good time by everybody.
Absolutely. And one other reminder, just for everyone who would care, boys soccer, tomorrow noon, right there at Yellow Jacket Stadium, semifinals against the Catholic High Bears with a chance
and now
to go
in soccer,
to the finals.
just as a little note, there is no select and non-select and all
That's
that.
right,
It's
just
all one big
Division
pool.
I. Yeah,
like it's Division I. We're not on the public school
That's
side
right,
or any of that. We're playing Catholic High right there. You mentioned the other side too. We're the only public school left.
That's right. That's
3
right.
private schools and then Denham Springs High School. So.
All right.
Fighting it out.
Yep. So that's kind of the programming notes and things that's coming up here. Again, it will be Thursday night for Lady Jackets playoff action and Friday night boys action, all right here on Family Radio 91.9 FM on the web at johnfineproductions.com and streaming live on YouTube at DS Jacket Vision. 81-46, the final here from the Jacket Gym for all of us involved. For Lamine Figueroa back in the studio, for John Fine, for Mitch Covington, for Darren Ferrente, I'm Josh Ward saying good night, everybody.
Been listening to Denham Springs High School basketball broadcast on Family Radio 91.9 FM Baton Rouge, on the net at johnfineproductions.com, and on YouTube. Please subscribe at DS Jacket Vision. Josh Ward on play-by-play with Mitch Covington on color commentary. Denham Springs High School basketball broadcasts are a John Fine production.
You are listening to WRA 1.9 FM.